That's right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen,
to
Nashcon 2019.
2019.
The Nashioning.
The Nashioning. So here we are live. This is Mr. Jacob Berry.
And this is Mrs. Rob Symes.
We are here live in Nashville for their premier Age of Sigmar match play event. It's a very exciting time. In front of me is one of my Warhammer heroes, and then to the side of me is one of my Warhammer heroes. And then playing on the tabletop
Talking about Scrivo?
are two more Warhammer heroes, because those motherfuckers are playing with Ironjawz.
And they're playing for Best Destruction at Nashcon 2019. So we decided to stream the game that has more smashing and more bashing than any other game in any other tournament anywhere in the world.
A lot of people say, why don't you only stream each round Ironjawz versus Ironjawz 5 games straight?
So we're giving them 1/5 of what they want.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, if this goes well, this might just become the Honest War Gamer channel.
I was thinking the Honest War Gamer.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. If you join us live on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, you guys are great. Thank you to everyone on our Patreon and Twitch. This is our final round of Nashcon 2019.
Hell yeah.
The last game, I'm very sad because I've had an amazing time. Everyone's been super welcoming. Everyone here in the South should be, I just want to say thank you, because you guys have been great. You've been great.
You're welcome.
Our man on the buttons, Colin, has got some stuff for us in a moment, and our man John on the tabletop will bring us all the hot goss. Yeah?
Hell yeah. So both of these lists are 2 drops, which means that the roll for whoever picks a side is pretty impactful, because that was going to be able to out-deploy the other.
It's going to be huge. We're going to talk about those lists in a minute, but before we do that... let's go to an interview with some people that we talked to yesterday.
Outstanding. Dude, you ever just wonder, what do you think those even are up there?
The lights?
No, but, beyond. What do you think is beyond?
The sheetrock?
No, like out there, you know?
Out there? Well, there's a hotel above us.
Oh, that's crazy. Welcome back to the Rage of Sigmar Podcast Network production of the Honest Wargamers presents Nashcon 2019, The Nashioning. I'm sitting here with Joseph M. motherfucking Pagano, and Joe is my best friend in the whole world. But I wanted to ask you, Joe, coming into what is now you're now a well-established figure in the competitive Warhammer scene, what are your expectations for a tournament like this?
Well, my usual expectations is to go 3-2, have a great time, have excellent games with excellent people, and then go home feeling pretty okay about everything and not hating myself.
That's terrific. Now, I don't know if you'll ever be able to not hate yourself, but I think that's a good goal to have. I always want you to shoot for the stars, or what's even beyond, maybe, the sheetrock. Now... Nashcon's sort of unique. You get to play 2 lists, and you can sort of supplement your different lists' weaknesses by putting a counter to that into your other list. Have you built anything like that into your list for this tournament?
Yeah. So my my one list is Royal Mordants, but that's with a Ghoul King on Zombie Dragon, and honestly, that's like a high Ren list, and I'm not really concerned as much with It's got good maneuverability. It's got 9 crypt flayers. It's got 6 crypt horrors. It's got 2 units of 10 crypt ghouls, and it's got a Vargulf and all the whole thing. It's got all the things. It's got. You'd say, would you look at that if you saw it, right?
Would you look at that?
Would you look at it?
Would you look at it?
Just look at it.
Just look.
Okay. And then, so what I was doing with that list is my goal is to just have some good maneuverability and get on some things, and just say, would you look at that?
Look at that.
You look at it, and then, from there, my other list is a feast day list with 2 Terrorgeist. It's 2 Terrorgeist. It's got a courtier, and it's got 2 units of 6 crypt flayers.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at it? And the best part is there's a unit of 3 crypt flayers, and you go, wow, would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Look at it. Just look at it. Would you look at it?
Look at
it. Look at it.
Look at it.
You look at it,
Now, Joe, go on.
Hang on. It's Dead Watch. And that's also got 2 endless spells and a special item. The special item is the Grim Garland, and the Grim Garland does the -2 to bravery, but it's also got a Horghast, which could also do -2 to bravery, and it's got the Suffocating Gravetide. Now, Suffocating Gravetide gives me an additional -1 to bravery. So y'all motherfuckers could be -5 bravery.
So would it be safe to assume that this list is really potent against middle to low bravery armies where you can use all those screams to just destroy them using the screams and the bravery debuffs?
Yeah, but I also think it's good against armies with high bravery because it makes your screams viable. And then also Feast Day is really good. And having 2 Terrorgeist and Feast Day and fucking 15 flares it's pretty nasty.
And for those listeners out there who haven't gone through the Feck book ad nauseum, Feast Day lets you use the feeding frenzy every turn,
Once per turn.
not battle round, per player turn.
Once per player turn.
You get to use it for free. So that's essentially up to 10 free command points.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Now, Joe, I know you're a visual guy. You love immersion. You love.
I like looking at things.
You look at things.
I like to look at them.
You absolutely do. Now, when you came to Nashcon, was there anything that drew your eye? And you just said, "Would you look at that?"
Just give me that microphone, goddammit. I want to say Nashcon is a great tournament because 99% of all the terrain is beautiful, and it's because of one man. If only we could have him here. Anthony Pocastro, he just printed all terrain. Anthony, what do you think about printing all terrain for this tournament?
I just think that tables need to have terrain, and if they don't, they suck. So
Would you look at that?
Did you look at it, though? Did you look at the terrain you printed?
I look at a lot of terrain.
Were you like, look at that, look at that?
I tell everybody, look at that when I post it all up on Twitter.
Would you look at it?
Yeah, I look at it.
Let's play a game of telephone. Jacob, you whisper something in my ear, and then I'll say it to Anthony Castro.
Don't you lick
Okay,
my ear.
okay. Here we go.
I like the ruined sorcerer's tower.
I like to rube Sportsburg Scoundrel.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Because you can look at that.
I look at that. I just say, would you look at that?
Just look at it.
All right, so we have been the Rage of Sigmar podcast, and I would like to say, remember to look at that.
Would you
Just,
look at
would
that?
you look at that? Is that
Just look at it.
Look at the camera.
Just look
it's
at
a
that.
camera. I hope it's not getting on my chins.
And
We
are
back.
backity-back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the so yeah, great interview there. There's
Thanks.
interesting technique as well.
Yeah, thank you. Changing shirts really that quickly was a bit of a challenge.
But I'm impressed you managed to get from there to here in that singular overlay. So well done.
I'm a quick little fucker.
So the game that we're about to see is going to be an Ironjawz civil war.
Pretty uncivil, if you ask me.
Very,
I imagine it's going to be really uncivil.
very, very uncivil, and they're from the same clan, so that makes absolutely. They're both Bloodtooths. Bloodtooths.
Wow.
Wow.
But
wow.
why are they fighting, you think?
Why are they?
Why are they fighting?
Are they? So this, done supervised. This is not the final. For anyone who wants to tune in for the final, you can probably watch Twitter. Both competitors won't be playing on the stream. Just wasn't good enough. So we decided to put Ironjawz versus Ironjawz
We
on
thought we
instead.
wanted the armies on the table to match, not the guys wearing the t-shirts to match.
Yeah, and I'm excited because realistically, like sometimes you just want to have this fun all the time, and so it's the end of a long weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, I got my heart reset this week.
You did,
Yeah.
and then also you had to go and like have a procedure at the hospital,
Yeah.
right?
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, right,
Nice.
right. Shout out to Hannah.
Like, who doesn't want to see? This is the battle for the number one spot.
This is the pinnacle of
For destruction.
what Age of Sigmar really is.
And the question is destruction the best faction? Answer yes.
Okay.
Right? Not faction, Grand Alliance, sorry.
Right,
Yeah.
sure.
And therefore, who's the best in that Grand Alliance? Arguably the only real important at the end of a tournament.
Right. Last man standing wins.
Exactly. So you've got two Ironjawz lists that are going to battle it out.
They're also incredibly similar.
Very, very similar. But that's going to be real exciting. The most important part is that both of these two armies are a 2-drop army.
Exactly.
Now, the way that works in Age of Sigmar, I know you already know, but you get to roll off to see who has which chooses sides for the deployment.
Yes.
That'll ultimately mean that they'll get to choose, they'll get to put their first unit down,
Right.
which means they'll get to choose who goes first in that scenario.
Now, what's interesting about that is when they're deploying, we're going to probably see whoever's going to end up going second able to deploy his entire battalion based on what the first person did.
That's
Because the
true.
entire first person's army is going to be down. What that means is he can deploy really defensively, or he can counter deploy basically.
Yeah.
He will have only dropped probably his one cave shaman, and that's going to leave him with the ability to react. Although if he deploys 2 defensively, a canny opponent will then give him first turn where he's out of position.
Absolutely. And then potentially have himself set up for the double. It's a classic gambit with these one-drops. And interestingly, a bit of an old-school version of Age of Sigmar. We haven't actually seen this in a while. A lot of stuff now floats around the 4-drop mark. We haven't seen this kind of like counter-deploy, deploy whole units.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to be real fun. But it's especially interesting in a mirror match.
Absolutely. The most interesting games in all of Warhammer. Me too.
Yeah, no, I think they're so interesting. Massive fan of them because, like, you both know what your opponent's army does. There aren't too many shenanigans. Although, even though it's a mirror match, it's not a true mirror match because the armies are still a little bit different.
There's a slight difference. You want me to go through those right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. So they both are running the Aether Quartz brooch in the Eye of Hish, so that they can try to hit as many of that Wa as possible.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
So we've got Mike Oliver. The difference between the lists is that he's running 20 Ard Boys, and 3 units of 5 Brutes.
3 units.
On the other side,
5 Brutes.
Ty is running. He's got. Looks like he's got 1 extra model of a hero because he's running a War Chanter, and it looks like Mike doesn't have that War Chanter.
Yeah.
But also Ty has a 30 of Ard Boys and then 4 3s of Pigs.
Yes,
and they're both in Blood Toofs and Iron Fist.
Yeah, there you go. So what this means is with the Iron Fist faction, Iron Fist Battalion and the Blood Toofs, is they get extra movement effectively. That's what they're there for.
Right.
You've also got 2 CP at the start of the game.
Right.
Both armies have got Aether Quartz Brooch. And because the command ability that's on those Mega Bosses on Maw Crusher stack when they do the Mighty War, and they've both got the command trait Prophet of the War.
Right.
What's going to happen is one army is going to run across the field. In this
They're
case,
both going to War at the same time.
well, Mike's going to just run his army forward, War, and then he's going to try and nuke Ty's army. Then Ty's army is going to do the exact same thing in reverse.
Yep.
And then let's see who's left at the end.
Absolutely. Do you have any early insights into the differences between these lists? Because right now what I'm looking at is having a War Chanter, so picking a unit to have +1 to hit is going to be terrific.
It does really impact, but the big unit of 30 Yard Boys, when they've got like +7 attacks, aren't too stressed about having +1 to hit because they've got so many.
Sure.
You can afford to miss with some, right?
So do you think that's better used on the Pigs or on the Maw Crusher?
The +1 to hit are probably on the Maw Crusher.
Yeah.
Maw Crusher's the right choice. He already hits on 3s with most of his attacks, but just make
hitting on 2s is just that much better. And if they have a bunch of extra command points instead of doing extra attacks, it might be smart to use that command point for reroll 1s.
Yeah, they don't. The Ironjawz players are greedy. They're like me at a buffet. Yeah, straight to the dessert aisle, and I just want Smarties, jelly tarts, ice cream.
But you could ostensibly have every attack hit.
Yes, but that's not what I want. I don't want my greens. I want only
But they're
more
better
dice.
attacks.
It doesn't matter. This isn't how Ironjawz players think.
But
have you met Ironjawz players? This is not their thoughts. They're like what they do is they burst into
You're stereotyping. That's racist. Are you going to pull out a Quicksilver sword or something?
I might well pull out a Quicksilver sword. If anyone in the chat disagrees with me, let me know what you think about Ironjawz players. Let's have a look at the mission that they're going to play.
Absolutely.
Let's see if that's going to change stuff up.
So they're going to be playing Knife to the Heart.
Yes, they are, and what a gorgeous map there.
Thank you.
What you can see, did you add the extra? Nice. These 2 objectives. I love this fucking mission.
Why is that?
It's just cool. Like, what's interesting is normally armies sit off and they go, I wonder if he's gonna try and come and attack me and then overextend while trying to hold their objective. If you're playing something like Sylvaneth, they potentially drop units here. Beasts of Chaos will deploy. Even like teleporting Grots can just drop those units there and take that as you actually overextend.
Absolutely.
So it's just a really interesting mission. So you have to deploy super defensively. However, neither of these 2 armies are going to teleport. Although, actually,
they both have the big green hand of Gork.
They do now have the big green hand. This is very different to a game we would have seen 6 months ago, since the General's Handbook. So they have the ability to teleport and move around.
But Ironjawz players don't think. That's what you said. You just said that.
I did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't say they don't think. I said they have a particular style of thinking.
Yeah, which is not smart, is what you said.
That's not what I said.
To quote Rob Sines,
that's not what I said.
Ironjawz players is the dumbest.
Huh? The dumbest.
Yeah.
They're the crunkiest.
They done duffed all the brain cells out to heads.
They do the most crumping. How's that sound?
What are crumpets for you?
Crumpets.
Is that a cookie for me?
Is it a biscuit for you? What are chips?
chips are like crisps.
No, you don't have them with gravy?
No, that's poutine.
Oh, wow, this is getting confusing. Someone, a caterer in the chat thinks Ironjawz are going to win.
Now, do you think that they're going to be opting to use the Hand of Gork more often or Foot of Gork, the native spell that the War Channel has?
See, look, Maliki, lol, what's this dude on about? Why the hell would you run reroll once when you can have an extra attack with every weapon in your entire army? All in capitals.
Because it's mathematically about the same, but there's creating more certainty.
And this scenario is knife to the heart.
And you're to blame.
You're
give
gonna
war
a bad name. That's right. So it's all about.
What happened to all our viewers? Did they not like our singing?
No, they loved it. Oi, this dude is looking like he's getting his head smashed in. So basically.
You talking to me?
Yeah, you're talking to me. So there's going to be a green tide that's going to go this way. And then what's going to happen is it's going to hit this other green tide coming this way. This is basically two armies driving in oncoming traffic.
Huh.
Yeah. They're just going to say, do you want to fight? And everyone will be like, I want to fight. Like, got any range attacks? They'll be like, I could try Hand of Gork. Or no, I could try Foot of Gork. He'll be like, go on then. He'll be like, dude,
hey,
don't be gay.
But what about this? What about if Mike puts up a wall here,
Yeah.
and then Ty sits back like this, and then when Mike overcommits, he takes a big unit of 30 Ardboys, teleports him here, makes the charge at the end of turn 2, claims the objective and wins.
Well, let's see if that's
that
what
would be both cunning and brutal.
It would be both, but I think what you're actually going to find. So as you can see on the kind of our underlay map, thank
What's
you very
wrong
much.
with thinking about tactics in the game like this?
Well, again, we're playing with Ironjawz players, so we've got to be cautious. As you can see there, that's going to be their deployment zones.
What? No, that's definitely wrong.
Hold on.
It's going to be like this. They've got to be a certain distance from each other's.
Yeah, it's gonna. There's a little. We did a line. Oh, maybe that's wrong. Anyway, no. Each side is exactly one range attack. It's 8 inches. No, it's not. That's not true. They've got their. They can also do Foot of Gork. So let's go to the tabletop. Let's look at these two beautiful armies, and let's see who's going to be the greatest destruction player in all of the South of America.
Oh no, not South America.
No,
Wait, not South America.
The southern part of America.
Right.
The burbs.
Right.
The burbs?
No, that's just suburbs. No, that's what you mean is the southeast United States of America.
So as you can see, Mike, who is going to get to decide who goes first, that's red at the top. He has already deployed
pretty
his
aggressively
army. He's got a unit of brutes.
But actually, he's got a lot back. He's held a lot back. Where's
that's a unit of 30 yard boys at the back there.
Right.
The Maw Crushers here. The other Maw Crushers eyeing him up. They are going to have what can only be described. Have we got names for these Maw Crushers? Can we decide on them?
Table Boss, can you find out if they have names, and if not, we'll inform them what those names are going to be. I have a couple good ideas. It looks like a good handshake.
Oh my
looks
God!
Like it's on to the break of dawn.
So, Table Boss, can we find out who Mike has let go first?
Now, notice something interesting. This right here is entangling. Oh, Ty is going first. So Mike has given Ty the first turn. This piece right here is an entangling piece of terrain, which gives -2 to run and charge. On top of that, we've got deadly terrain. I'm sorry, damned terrain right here. So they could, without using a command point, get that reroll ones to hit.
Wow, okay, that's going to be a big deal. And you like that reroll ones to hit?
I think rerolling ones to hit is good for Warhammer.
I disagree. I don't. If you play 40k, the reroll ones to hit edition of 40k.
No, no. I enjoy my friends. I like having friends.
So Mike is giving Ty the first turn.
Mike has given Ty the first turn.
Okay, so what you're going to see, it's all about whether or not Ty is going to go ham, as Ironjawz are.
With obviously 4 units of pigs going ham. Is that what the joke
going
you're
ham?
making?
That is the gig. But will he be made into bacon?
Or will he chop up dem brutes?
Will he chop up dem brutes? Or start punching into... I agree with everyone. We probably will never put Table 1 over on the stream again. It's such a last year thing to do. Now it's just fun matches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
This
is new AOS.
So
what do you think we're going to see Ty do?
I think...
And if you point your arrows across and just say he's going to smash in, that'll be reasonable.
I would say, if I were him, I'd do a classic. What I do is I cast Mystic Shield, and I go, cool, your turn.
You really?
Yeah. Have you ever done that to someone? The fake first turn.
Ty has spent 3 CPs on the wall.
Jacob and Joe as names for the Moor Crusher. That is correct. Let's do it, JJ number 2. Over here, green is Jacob and yellow is Joe. That's correct. So those are the Moor Crushers.
This is not how we fight.
Yeah.
There is a lot of punching, but it's usually of the tongue variety into the fart boxel regions. So Ty has used 3 command points for the Wa, and he was able to get 1 back from the Aether Quartz brooch.
Okay, so he's elected to use 1 Wa.
3 Was.
So to let you know how that works, effectively what he's doing there is pretty much, have you seen the film Braveheart?
Yes.
And when the Scottish lift up their kilts and show their ass to the opponent.
Yes.
That's a declaration of intent.
More like a declaration of intent.
Butleration of intent.
Yeah. Declaration.
Yes.
Declaration of.
So what's
of
happening
intent.
is Ironjawz are letting Ty, this is on the right-hand side, blue, is letting Mike know that he is on the way.
He's on the way.
He's on
to
the way.
duff him up big in time.
If I was Mike, I'd be wildly scared.
Yeah? You think so?
Yeah. I'd probably go like pale-skinned, maybe even green-skinned.
Wow. Oh, with envy that he's going first?
Yes.
Green-skinned with envy?
Green-skinned with envy. Yeah. Both these 2 players are playing it to win Best Destruction.
Absolutely. It's a classic, tale as old as time. Ironjawz versus Ironjawz trying to duff up the biggins.
Dirt Biggins. Right, okay. So what we're going to see is some micromanagement here before we get onto the main movement. Now, since the General's Handbook, you've obviously seen the ability to do the Great Green Hand of War, Great Green Hand of Gork, sorry.
There it is.
But what you also have seen is the new command ability to make a unit just move in the hero phase.
Exactly right.
Which is really good. And I don't know whether or not we're going to have that done yet, but I can't wait to see.
Yeah, we'll find out if he's using that at all to move extra in the hero phase.
Yeah.
He just did his Iron Fist move. And real quick, we're going to talk through which realmscape we're in. So this is being played in the realm of Shaiish. So the command ability, the way it works is you roll a dice for a unit, and if you roll less than the number of models that were slain in that unit, you add 1 to the attack's characteristic. So it's like a ghetto version of the Wa. Probably not going to see that too much because the Wa can affect more stuff.
Yeah.
The realm spell is called Pall of Doom. It subtracts 2 from the bravery of the unit you choose, which could be very impactful because Ardboys and Brutes are both notoriously low bravery.
So not yes, but not in this because they're in both Iron Fist and they're in Bloodtooths. They actually have got effectively sometimes +4 bravery before they even get to their stacking bonuses, which is really cool. And so they're surprisingly brave. They've also got +1 to movement. They've also got another +2 to movement on the Ardboys when they charge. Like these guys, honestly, Jacob, you are going to be amazed at the speed of these green lunatics.
Fucking green monsters.
They are going to go faster than me after Chipotle. That's a terrible joke, and I'm sorry that I raised that imagery.
Are any of them painted red? Because that would increase the speed significantly. Oh, so it turns out Mike's Ironjawz are red, which means they go faster.
That's actually maths.
It's just
that's
quick,
just science.
Quick
That's basic orc science.
It's basic facts.
Big question. Whose team is everyone on? Obviously, it's Ironjawz versus Ironjawz. We all win this game. But are you on Mike's side or are you on Ty's side? Don't forget, this Moor Crusher here is called Jacob. This Moor Crusher is called Joe. Are we going to see them fight?
So Mike is playing with Joe.
Yeah.
And Ty is playing. No, Mike is playing with Jacob and Ty is playing with Joe.
Yes.
I'm really torn here because on the one hand, we're on the right side, which is closer to Joe. So if you were to ask me what side I'm on the right side. However, Jacob is over there, and I have to be Team Jacob. It's in the contract.
You know it.
Fuck anyone named Edward. Team Jacob for life. I think I'm really approaching the twilight of my career here.
Do you know that? I've always been. Never Edward. Never. Sparkly Vampire makes no sense.
No. Also, last little bit, the Realmscape feature is Haunted Realm, so all terrain features have the Sinister Scenery rule in addition to other scenery rules.
And they are quite creepy. There's some Dwarden ruins, which the Greenskins will be over the moon about punching someone to death in. So the smashing and bashing rule is really interesting as well.
Yeah, please tell me more about that, Rob. How's it going to work?
So there's
we're hearing some shouting from the tabletop. Mike is getting into character.
So there we go. Wah has been shouted.
Can we find out what happened?
Yeah. So this is him actually shouting the wah, but he'll do
Right.
that later in the combat
Right,
phase.
of course.
What's happening here is these units, by the way, are moving. Their Iron Fist move,
And
which
these-
is an extra D6
Yeah.
at the start. Then they do their move, but nope, they're actually in the charge phase. So we're already past that. So that apparently is going to be as far as they go. I wonder why Ty used his CP for the Wah then, because does it carry over to the next turn? Didn't used to. General's Handbook, I'll have to double check. Since the new General's Handbook, I'll have to double check. I don't think it does, but I'll find out from the table boss.
Yeah. Also, we've got a 10-inch charge up there from the pigs. So the pigs have made their piggy charge, and that's the only charge this time.
And look at that there. That is you are getting locked. Oh, wait. Is he going to see a pile in? Oh, never mind. See, what I was going to say was, you've heard about the 2.9-inch charge, right? So,
Yes.
you charge, you try and lose a model. But
Yep.
in this scenario, I would say he has charged the end. And why people do that is it means you can't have all of this can't fight. This
Right.
is just dead space. But then you've locked that unit in combat and it's not going there.
And that's one of the two 20-man blocks of Ard Boys that
Yeah.
Mike has in his list.
And they're great.
Also, the pigs are significantly better on the charge if they make the piggy charge.
If they make the piggy charge, that's right, because that means that the pigs now go from having a flat 1 damage to D3 damage from their little hooves.
Yep.
Which is scary.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah. Why did he use 3 CP for 2 models?
That is a very good question.
I don't
I think
know.
it's because Ironjawz.
See, now you're getting it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna get it.
But it's not done with a disappointing tone. It's done with a you motherfuckers. You just did it again. Why have you done it? Because I'll do whatever I want.
But why?
Why?
How
Why?
brutish are they, Rob?
They're so British.
No, brutish.
You're not
Not how
taking Crazy
British.
Poos down unsupervised. It is 15 inches from the cabbage. It's not even arranged for the war on those. I agree. Are we
Maybe-
sure?
maybe-
Are we sure
oh.
that you use the war command ability, Mr. John Scrivens? John Scrivens, our table boss. Are we
So-
sure that you use the war command ability, the war one?
It's possible it was a defensive wall because if it does stay over until later in the game. Okay, if it stays over till later in the game, what Ty has done is made a disincentive for Mike to bring in these other units, right? He's not going to want to risk because there's going to be so many more extra attacks here. But doesn't the wall affect everyone in the formation it's used on, which would include those pigs? So I guess those pigs would be buffed up as well. That's a really good point. No, that's Voice of Gork says Malakry.
Just getting some logic from the tabletop there. It was a burn CP because what he was trying to do was use his Iron Fist move, which he didn't achieve, and then he was trying to use the spell to teleport the unit.
Got it. But that was
Did-
unsuccessful also.
Unsuccessful also. So it is not going
And now
Ty's way. But Ty's already still sat on 2 CP. He'll get another one back next turn,
Yep.
and he's still got the 8th Quartz Brooch. So he's not in a terrible spot.
No. What? Looks like only one dead Ard Boy from the charge coming from those pigs. So the Ard Boys are going to be moving their way up.
Oh my God. According to Andrew Wells in the chat, and if that's true, I am going to get mighty.
We are about to have a crazy Wafest.
You can call me an odd boy at this stage because the
That was awful. I've never been so happy.
the very idea that Mike might be able to use all of his wars and then that stacks Ty's army is going to be bananas.
Unreal.
Unreal.
Or
Especially-
you kidding me?
Yeah. Orc, you kidding me? God, I love Warhammer, Jacob. I love Warhammer. It's so fun.
We're being
Slow
updated that
down.
it's on friendly orcs, according to our table boss.
It is on friendly orcs. I think so too, but we need to get a double check from the. Oh, okay. No, the guys on the tabletop, pretty certain it's been cleared up there. But
Okay.
that's fine. I shouldn't listen to the chat all
now,
the time.
now I'm a little bit less enthused.
I'm still excited.
It's only one-sided Wa against one-sided Wa.
Yeah, that's right, KJ. Can we all get a war in the chat?
I'm gonna have a real cry about this. I'm gonna go home and just cry wah 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 like a baby.
Do you think Ironjawz speak like Wookiees?
No,
Oh,
no, I don't think they do.
you don't think they do? What do they sound like?
No, I think they probably speak very Cockney.
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 I'm gonna bash your bloody head in, you bloody green git.
It's Mickey Mouse, all right.
It's Mickey. Wait till I get these apples and stairs. I'm gonna smash and bash you with me choppers.
I don't know what any of that meant, but I'm so very erect.
You're pulling me port rinds, mate. Okay.
Was that English? How English was it?
So English.
But not British.
But no.
It was not British.
Not British, no. So
Interesting.
so don't forget we're playing Knife to the Heart. So realistically, it's all about here. Now, interestingly, Mike is definitely set up to pincer in here with the Brutes. Here, these are boys now are locked in combat, so that's a
Right.
no. The Mort Crusher can come over as well, but they're
Agreed.
going to be in no man's land. And then this pinks here have
They've
done-
screened really
they've
defensively.
screened very nicely, very nicely.
Oh.
I say.
Now, hold on. I have a question for you.
I'd like to hear it.
Don't both of these armies have access to the realm gate that they put down?
No, because they could teleport between them, but I'm pretty
It
certain.
appears there's only one on the table.
We'll have to. No, there are two. There's one here and there's one here.
That's not a. This
Oh.
one, the second one you
Oh,
identified is not a realm gate.
maybe Taj brought his for the laughs and the jokes.
Right. Well, what benefit do they get from being near a realm gate? None.
In this edition of the
Zero.
game, none.
Can
Zero.
Can they teleport these pigs to the other side of the realm gate using the realm gate?
No. Road gates now, in fact, are very much like the most public transportation system. Oh my God, we're into Mike's turn, so we're past Ty's turn.
Yep. He's successfully cast Hand of Gork.
It's on. 20 odd boys are going to land. I think. I just need to double check here. They are going for the backfield. That's right.
He's
if you ever
going to
had an
charge
odd
right
boy
into
come
his
in your
rear.
backfield.
Oh, I've had several Ard boys in my rear. Let me just tell you.
Oh my God! It's
I've actually
happening.
never played against Ironjawz though.
What?
What?
Have you never?
No, I haven't.
That's
I
so
was,
fucking fun. You ever played an
I was
Ironjawz
making
guy?
a boner joke. Rob.
Ironjawz guy like turns up with like literally the grin of a puppy, and then you're like, "How you doing?" They're like, "I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here." Then you cuddle, yeah.
Right,
Then
right.
you get drinks,
Right.
And then they put their army down. Then they go, "Ah!" every time, yeah. And then you're like, "Sweet, what the fuck is happening?"
No, I've played a lot. I've played very fun games against Ironjawz.
They are very fun. They're a fun group. Also, they don't care for any other people. I'm interested to see how the Ironjawz players integrate into the Bone Splitter community with the new Greenskins book.
You know,
'cause
we just integrated here in Nashville about 7 years ago.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I heard about that fun.
It went really well.
Good. There we go. So I'm excited to see how those books go together because
Absolutely.
this is probably the version of Ironjawz that we'll see. I imagine General's Handbook is just a copy and paste from the new Battle Tome, but we won't get into the
Who
hot
knows?
takes.
Who even knows? Maybe they'll get a terrain feature of things that they've broken along the way.
Oh my God! And the Ironjawz were really just the things we've
The
broken.
real WA was the friends we broke along the way.
Yeah. Jacob, you promised you wouldn't tell. So let's go back Face Podcast.
Oh yeah, I was talking about the Ard boys I've had in my rear.
Circon, I haven't actually seen the new teaser for Tithe, but for the Blood Tithe, but I have seen some of the screenshots. It looks like there's going to be some Tomb Kings coming back to the game.
It's not Tomb Kings. Don't say that.
They
It's-
look like Tomb Kings, man.
They're not. They're
Let's-
Mongolian skeletons.
They're Mongolian skeletons.
Mongolian themed.
Mongolian / Egyptian.
What's that?
Mongolian / Egyptian.
No slash.
Okay.
I would love them to be Egyptian, but they're probably not.
Okay.
Don't wind them up. Don't give Randy any hope.
They're the white scars of death.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Speaking of Mongolian, we had Mongolian barbecue for lunch.
We did for lunch. Genghis Grill, and I loved it. If anyone
It's
ever comes to
terrific.
Nashville and wants a vegetarian meal, Genghis Grill. I can't. Big shout out to Anthony as well.
Yeah.
So look, this.
It looks like, really briefly, it looks like Ty has left his War Chanter possibly exposed. I'm not sure who the War Chanter targeted with his ability in the hero phase, if he did even use it, but it looks like on a long charge, he may be in some trouble with that War Chanter getting charged by the Iron Boys.
I don't
The Ard Boys, rather.
The Iron Boys are also good. Oh, Super Coco Jangu.
Looks like it's about a 9.5-inch charge.
Thanks for joining the knee stabbing
Thanks,
gang. Thank you
Super
for
Coco
everyone
Django.
who joins Twitter.
4 months, you're now at half an Arachnarok. An Arachn...
or a knock.
That's not a knock on how long you've been joining us. We just want it to be more.
I'm super excited, says Team King Tristan. I'm happy about that, brother.
Oh, not to mention it's a +4. The Ard boys are going to get +4 to charge.
Yeah.
So that 9.5.
So +1 from one battalion.
Yes.
+2 from another. +1 from another battalion.
Yes.
+2 naturally.
No.
Which is why Ard boys. Now you'll often not see it, but there's an incredibly obnoxious Ironjawz build with
Got
just
it.
tons and tons of Ard
And
boys.
it looks like Mike has used a CP for some of the movement, but he's got 4 remaining.
Okay, here we go. So that's fine, and he can Aether Quartz broach it, so he might still have some more. So that's 4 CP,
But you have to trigger the WA in the hero phase,
which he hasn't done.
which he has not done.
So I don't think he's going to go. So I think we're going to see a conservative movement here. I think what you're going to do is this unit is going to just try and charge and pin everything in,
yeah,
and then which is a smart play, because then if he loses priority,
right.
then that unit of our boys will still be around.
Agreed.
So then if Ty decides to take it, then he's got a punch in here. If he gives it away, then these guys can now wah properly and go slinging in.
Right.
So I think that charge is not like an alpha strike. I think it's like a
It's
locking.
actually it's a larger scale version of the 2.9 inch charge.
Yeah. It's a.
Oh, and now he's doing the iron tooth move. It's 2 inches, I guess. It's a D6 move or something like that. Iron fist. I'm sorry. Yeah, iron tooth and blood fist.
That's what we're being told from the tailpot. Both armies beautiful, by the way. Big shout out to both Mike and Ty. So there we go. His extra move in there. But I still don't think while I'm a big fan.
Wall, you're a big fan?
Oh, really big. Wally
You're a big
big. He isn't going to smush this unit here. He's going to do some good damage, but I think he's going to just try and lock everything in. Personally, that's what I would try
and
and
he's
do.
likely to be able to hit the war chanter up front here.
Yeah. I think the war chanter is like a pretty meaty target, but I think it's going to be everything else that's going to be quite
It
key.
is. Now, because of that 2 inch move and the +4 to their charge, he needs to not roll a 3 or lower.
Yeah, I mean, he's disappointed he only rolled a 2 on the D6, but that's still fine. Oh, you see the Maw Crusher there? He's just been
moving up a little
he's
bit.
just being nudged
Just
a
a
tiny
little bit.
and he's measuring, making sure that he's not leaving himself a 9-inch gap, because defending this objective here is what he's mainly all about.
Agreed.
Yeah. Captain Woodrow on Twitter has just said that Honest Wargame on the telly while I meal prep for the week. So much better than walking around with an earbud in. I hope you guys are watching at home. If you guys are watching it on a big TV or a computer or something, I would love to #rate your setup.
Oh, yes.
So if you guys are watching somewhere, please just take a photo, and on Twitter, just tag the @HonestWargamer.
And at Big Jables or the Of Sigmar podcast.
Any of those, because we would love to rate your setup. That'd be
Absolutely.
really fun. So
Tons of
please
fun.
do that.
And it looks like not only has he made it so that they can't hand-to-gork anything back there, but also this whole region here is screened off, so there's nowhere that Ty would be able to put down models in the backfield there.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, to be honest,
And he's rolled an 8 for his charge with the Ard Boys, so they're going to be able to tag a couple different units here.
to be honest, if I was Mike, I would probably let
Ty have that bottom
I would let
section.
Ty have that part of the board, and I would, and similarly over here, I wouldn't screen quite this heavily,
Right.
Because I'd be more concerned about this backfield, because there's 5 brutes there defending, but that's not. I mean, 5 brutes is pretty scary.
It is, but
everything.
if Ty was able to teleport this block back here, and they can make what becomes, I believe, a 4. Depending on the D6 that they move for the blood or the Iron Fist, they may be able to get there and just surround in turn 2, making it impossible for Mike to defend his own objective and end it really quickly.
Yeah, real quick.
Sort of depends on who has second turn in turn 2, or second half of turn 2.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
I'm aroused.
Excited. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
aroused.
Oh, what's interesting is neither of these two armies just went straight in. I mean, no, that's not true. We did see a charge turn 1.
But it wasn't linear the way we expected it to be.
Oh,
It wasn't-
Tech Priest Nikos, who was watching at home, you gorgeous man.
Oh, nice.
showed
What's
us-
he working on there?
Showed us, I think he's doing some hobby there on some Necrons or some Chaos Space Marines. But he's watching it on his
If
iPad.
only he was playing or building for a better game. I'm just kidding. Thanks for tuning in, bud.
So thanks for that. So #rate my setup. If you just take a photo of how you're watching.
It looks like he's also brought in the unit of Gorgruntas.
Yeah. So that army now has to fight its way out.
Now,
Arguably,
does the WA that that Ty triggered in his hero phase, in his turn,
No, doesn't carry over.
does not carry over.
Doesn't carry over. So it only happens one turn. So it's not as powerful as some other stuff, definitely.
We're being told you can't Hand of Gork out of combat.
Yes.
Why
so
is that?
means-
Isn't it not a setup?
No. This unit here isn't going to be able to hand a Gork out and then charge.
Why not?
Just says so.
Okay.
So there you go. That's right,
facts.
Grumslag. This is a proper game. Oh, Bud Keller, thank you for showing us your setup. Hashtag rate my setup on Twitter there. You're watching on it. That's
really good light. You can
Good
tell.
mug.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he's in northern Canada.
Oh, like Arctic Circle, Canada.
Yeah, like he doesn't. He has got a dog, but he's also got a moose that he walks on a daily basis.
Is he the nerf herder?
He is indeed a nerf herder. Yes, thank you, Malakri, as well.
Interesting.
What do you think we are, Gross?
It's the same spell. It's Hand of Gork.
What
Do you think this is? Hand of Gork? No, it's Hand of Gork.
It's the mighty Hand of Gork. What I really like
But
about
it's actually
everyone watching,
worse Hand of Gork.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, that's all locked in there, and we're going to start going through the attack sequence, and there's going to be a lot of attacking back. What I think Mike is trying to achieve in that game, though, is he's just trying to lock everything in combat, and the reason that he's aiming to do that is so that he can bring
it's
in.
locked in combat.
Yeah.
Question for you. How British am I? Because
You're
I want to
so
know how
British.
I am.
You're so British. Oh, Dart on his wargame, Mr. Old Boy Phil. Thanks for showing
nice.
us your setup. Also nice.
Look at those great posters.
Yeah, is this like a pet? Have you got pet chickens or
It's
maybe
for
a guinea
his
pig?
2-year-old.
Okay. Pretty good setup though. Sweet. Also nice posters. Rating that, absolutely.
I rate it.
This is gonna be something we do every time, I think. Yeah.
You know, I might change my our whole podcast to just be about angrily giving feedback on people's setups, and I'll be calling it irate.
I rate Sigmar. JD Squire, thank you for joining the Knee Stabbing Gang for 2 months. Keep up the good work. You're an angel. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who subscribes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And it looks like 7 of those Ardboy attacks are going against the pig unit. The rest are going on the large unit of Ardboys. Specifically, none have been mentioned as going against the War Chanta.
Ooh.
It's like they don't actually want to duff up.
They don't
Big
respect
N.
him. They don't respect him.
No, well, he's not in their list, so he doesn't know what they do.
That's right, because Ironjawz players don't know what? Anything more than they use on the tabletop.
Exactly right. That's right.
So All Boy Phil, who's in the chat, those in his hashtag rate setup is actually his mini Gorgrunters. He's got
30 to 50 feral mini Gorgrunters.
30 to 50 mini. Yeah, exactly. All right. So we got to wait for these combats to resolve,
Absolutely.
basically. Let's get a zoom in. Let's do this, Colin, while we're waiting for the fights to happen. Let's have a cheeky... Yeah, we got that. You can take us to that overhead. And then we can have a little look-see about how we feel about these.
Now, reminder, this piece of terrain here... I'm going to wait till he finishes panning.
Yeah, baby.
Love the pen. This piece here is damned.
All
Super
right.
important.
Damned.
This, as well as being sinister. So anyone in range of it is -1 hit. Now, sinister does stack.
You're damned.
And this is sinister as well. So we're looking at this unit as well as... 8 attacks going into the War Chanter, it sounds like.
Oh,
So
sad
there
face.
are some. It looks like both these units are going to be at -2 bravery.
Okay.
So that could be impactful.
It's going to be a big deal. A big deal.
A big deal.
Big deal, but not too big. I mean, that big unit of... This is one unit of 30
Yes.
Odd Boys?
Yes.
So that is really a lot of his punch. Like
It's his biggest. It's his only big unit.
It's his only big unit. Apart from that, this Maw Crusher, obviously. But
I'm sorry, big number of bodies in the unit.
the Maw Crusher is a really interesting unit in the game because when if it's unwounded, it goes through stuff. But really, it's got no healing. It does get worse. And almost everyone who plays with their Maw Crusher does lose it. Unlike when you see things like Keepers or as Vampire Lord and Zombie Dragons or G-Cots.
Right.
They can be really survivable in-game.
Yeah.
So, real interesting.
Absolutely. Now, the chat is asking... the War Chanter has taken 3 wounds so far. And we'd love to get a close-up of that beautiful green and purple cabbage.
Yeah, so...
Now,
cabbage.
I don't actually believe this is Ty's army. I believe he's borrowing it from a friend, from Isaiah, that we interviewed earlier.
Oh, right, the Child Wonder.
Yep, Ramchek, the boy wonder,
There you go. Look at that.
the
That
boy,
is-
the myth, the legend.
So that's a monster that technically flies, but realistically,
Pretty sure it just grumbles around, complaining about things.
yeah, it leaps.
It-
It just leaps.
It's because it's a giant frog, right?
Yeah, giant frog. It just leaps.
I like to imagine it technically can fly, but it flies in the same way that the Incredible Hulk flew in a couple of those movies where he's just so strong, he just jumps these enormous distances.
I will smash you. Yeah, it's really funny. And then the green cabbage on the left-hand side. So the other will have a. It's a down and supervised. Hi, baby.
Let's play Rate That Cabbage.
So do you know about the shooting attacking in Ironjawz army?
Yeah, he shouts at things.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, just one. And it does a ton of damage.
D6,
Which is a lot.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
And it looks like we've got one dead Ardboy. I'm not sure if it's from.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, from Ty's army. But Table Boss, you're gonna have to tell us which army the dead Ardboys are coming from. You can't just say one dead Ardboy because that just tells us nothing. Okay, yeah, Ty lost one Ardboy so far.
Okay. What does that mean?
And now the attacks that are coming in against the Gorgruntas.
At the top.
No.
Oh, still
Because that was
here.
one activation. The way this game works, Rob, is you actually take turns activating units. So once Mike charge, he's going to activate all of his Ardboys there. He won't be able to put the attacks up here yet.
Like Grumslag says in the chat, Nathan did actually talk about the Maw Crusher, and he did say that gravity is too afraid to tell it that it can't fly.
The Maw Crusher is the Chuck Norris of dragons. Chuck Norris sleeps with a nightlight on,
you ever talked to Ironjawz
Not
players about
because
that?
he's afraid of the dark, but because the dark's afraid of Chuck Norris.
Exactly. But in this case, it's a Maw Crusher, because if you ever talk to an Ironjawz player, they talk about their Maw Crusher. They both love and despise it at the same time.
Why is that?
Because it just does tons of damage, but then also it'll definitely die.
Definitely.
And sometimes it just falls apart. And you're like, I had a Maw Crusher, but then the guy just killed my Maw Crusher.
But then it fought 10 stabbers, so that was that.
But it also sometimes, because of its crushing bulk attack, when it charges,
Are you
it does
saying
mortal
Joe
wounds.
over here has crushing bulk? He's been trying to lose weight.
Both players, Joe here and then Jacob, this Maw Crusher, both have crushing bulk, so they're going to do mortal wounds when they charge. So just
Outstanding.
really, really, really good. And I once have seen someone go through 4 crushing bulk attacks.
Right.
Because if you kill a unit,
You
through
get to
crushing
bounce.
bulk,
You pinball, right?
get to charge again.
Oh, gotcha. Now, it looks like Ty is activating his Gorgruntas up on top because he's using tactics, which you told me the Ironjawz players would not be using.
What?
Did you just say what?
What?
I told you
What?
this game could be really tactical.
So loud.
Keep shouting. I'm sure the viewers at home really love it.
Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that all of the players here are fucking hating listening to us talk, but that's fine.
To be fair, I pretty much hate hearing myself talk. That's not true. I love to hear myself talk. If you haven't heard, I've got a podcast. It's called Rage of Sigmar. It's not good, but it's funny. Well, it's not that funny, but it's good. Well, shit.
This isn't even one drink, Rob. This is just Rob excited to see 2 of his favorite armies. Also,
2 of his favorite armies.
yeah,
It's one army.
and that's exactly what I mean. You take that statement to the bank is what you could do. Yeah.
Looks like the pigs did no damage.
Back into the combat here.
No, where I told you they were activating.
So the pigs at the top are murdering the hard boys. That's right. Rob counting is a joke.
Oh man, it's nuts to me that you can be this, we'll say, distractible. Yet you're the one from your group who's good at Warhammer.
I'm not even the best one. Nathan's the best one.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Of course.
All right, Ard boys at the top are going to fight the pigs now.
Oh, that's right. So activating right here.
And they've got, I guess, oh yeah.
We should invent
the
like
red
little,
boys.
We should invent little symbols, right? Like this unit is currently active, fighting into there, and then you guys know, and then we don't have to do any talking for a moment. Well, we could talk, but we
But
don't
then
have
what
to.
are people tuning in for?
No,
It's
why-
not to watch Warhammer content, let me tell you right now.
It so is.
No, it's to watch their friends talk about something and maybe shout them out.
Uh,
Hashtag Smorgan.
Hashtag Cage Red is right. Speckles is the best one. I agree. And also, Krumslag says, not true. One of these armies is cunning, and the other one is brutal.
We'll see, but as it stands right now,
Thank you very much. Our gorgeous infield reporter, not infield reporter, our table cameraman Colin, who, by the way, this is his first ever week doing the live coverage at the computer desk and has done an incredible job.
It's been outstanding.
He's a credit to his county and also his state,
Absolutely.
which don't deserve too much credit normally.
No, not at all. The only records his states really hold right now is the number of cousins that are married to each other.
Anyway.
I think I hurt his feelings. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Say it louder for David. Say it.
Have we spoken to the TO yet? Do we think we should get the TO in? Yeah, we should get the TO in. Jacob, would you like to interview the TO?
You go ahead. All right, great. I have no prepared questions, so this is going to be real good.
Good, perfect.
All right, so David, you're going to have to sit a little closer to the mic so people can hear you.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. This is David Griffin of Nashville, Tennessee. He's been running Nashcon now this is the third year, right?
Third year.
Welcome to the show, David.
Yeah, thank you. It only took you 5 games to get me here.
I didn't want to bring you here. Rob did. I don't want to interact with you. So, David, when you started with Nashcon, it was what, 20-ish players?
30.
30. Last year we were at 40-something.
Yeah.
We're up to 64 this year?
Yeah, we have a few drops, but around 60.
Okay, and so is your goal next year 300 or sort of a modest 250?
I mean, I've somewhere between 100 to 1,000.
Okay. That's a pretty broad range.
Yeah.
If you were to put a center on the probability curve of what the likelihood is it 101 or is it 950?
101.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm curious, this year you changed the scheme format a little bit. It used to be players got 7 schemes out of the deck of 25.
Yeah.
This year you changed it to only 6. What was your thinking on that?
Yeah, so last year I ended up with a lot of players maxing out or getting all 5 schemes. And schemes are really there to differentiate the standings. So by game 5, I would prefer to have very few players having max all 5, and because that helps me out with the scoring and in the end.
Absolutely. And so, just from early results so far, have you been noticing fewer players all getting max on their schemes?
Definitely. So it's been much more difficult for players to get all 5. So most players are missing at least 1.
Great. That's the goal. You want it to be a challenge.
They're working as intended.
Right. Now, with the schemes, you had a deck of 25 that you were working. Yeah, you gotta talk closer. Yeah. Just put your mouth all the way around it.
Well, I always wanted to make out with Rob.
I mean, we can arrange that. Rob, do you want to have an on-camera kiss with David? Beard-on-beard action? I could braid them together. You'd be stuck kissing forever. I'll take that as a yes. So you had a deck of 25 schemes. I know you worked on them with Tom and Vince. Did you guys have to change them up much for 2019?
No, actually, we kept them pretty verbatim from last year. They worked out perfectly. Yeah,
and a lot of them are rather polarizing in terms of having to have a monster, kill a monster, or very corner case scenarios, which is part of why the 2-list format works so well.
That, and I include all the schemes in the player pack
ahead of time.
Yeah, ahead of time. So if you can build your list to play to the schemes.
Your two lists to be able to play to at least most of the schemes.
Yeah, and some armies, like one that comes up is like totems or standards.
Right.
And like armies like Stormcast. Well, some guys have some, but like a Feck, like Flesh Eater Courts have none. But you have allies, right? And so it's just you gamble. You can say I'm gonna take allies with a banner in preparation for this scheme, or you say, well, I hope I don't draw it.
Right.
It so happened that like 3 Flesh Eater Courts drew that scheme.
Sure, absolutely. Oh darn, I feel so bad for the Feck
they
players.
loved it.
All right, well, I think we're going to get back into the game coverage, but thanks for stopping by, David.
Great,
we're probably going to talk to you a little bit later.
Definitely.
And we are back on the tabletop. Got attacks coming in, I think now from Oryx onto other Oryx.
If you actually follow at David Griffin on...
it's at Nash of Sigmar.
At Nash of Sigmar on Twitter. You'll be able to find the pairings for these rounds. And also find out about Nashcon next year. Nashcon 2020.
Make it 300.
Make it 300.
Edit that out, Clint.
Yeah.
So we've got Ty's Ironjawz, Ardboys fighting against Mike's Ardboys.
So hello, AD Mac. So just to catch
AD
you,
Mac, love that guy.
Yeah. So just to catch you guys up, we are in round 1.
Round 5.
No, sorry. Yeah, battle round. Round 5, battle round 1.
Round 1
of Ironjawz versus Ironjawz. You've got Mike versus Ty. Mike got the choice to give Ty the first turn, and then Ty decided to try and Great Hand of Gork, his unit, over here. Failed it, so then he just kind of stayed defensive and charged 3 pigs up here.
And these are the top 2
that was
destruction-ranked players in the tournament, so the winner of this should ostensibly get best destruction.
Exactly. And then in response, Mike took his unit of hard boys, teleported him in here, charged in, and then did exactly. I've just been to the tabletop to talk and found out he killed a couple of hard boys in combat there, but and put a couple of wounds on the war chanter. But he said to me, just like we thought, it's just to try and hold him up before he goes in all the way.
Now, let's say Ty's swing back isn't terribly impactful.
Yeah.
If you win priority here, if you're Mike, do you take it?
Yeah, he set himself up to take it, but he's also set himself up in a safe place to hold it, right?
Now, if Ty wins priority, would he take? Do you think he should take it?
If Ty takes priority,
if Ty wins it, should he take it?
No, he should give it away.
Why?
Because I think Mike plans. So this is the left-hand side, right?
Yes.
That we're talking about.
Yes.
I think Mike plans to go in with these brutes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'll just make that easier. I think he's planning to go in with these brutes and smash, and then also the Maw Crusher. But there isn't a lot of room, particularly.
To get what he wants in.
To get what he wants. And he's also not going to be dealing with
now
this Maw Crusher.
Sure. You're contradicting what you just said, though.
Yeah, because I think Mike is going to make the decision to charge, but I don't think it's the right one.
So Mike has set himself up to take the double turn, the back-to-back.
Yeah.
However, you think that's the wrong move because he's actually sort of screened out by the pigs.
Yeah, he hasn't actually like everything could just bring itself to bear.
Yes.
It's in pretty good war range. Wolf Brother, thank you very much for subscribing.
Wolf Brother.
13 months, what an angel.
Skaven, do it. Big ups. Subscribe.
Subscribe. So yeah, I think
donate, give your bits monies.
Please and thank you. I think actually the Maw Crusher set up to countercharge quite well. He doesn't mind losing this unit of pigs.
We've got Battle Shot coming in here.
Huh?
Ty's lost one of his Ardboys.
So we're going to be into the priority roll now.
We are about to be into the priority roll.
Also, by the way, the Gorgrunters up here made 8 out of 9 4-up saves.
Outstanding.
So those pigs are not dying. They fear nothing.
No, nothing is scary.
Nothing is scary. So
priority. Let's do it.
Roll. Here we go. It's a pretty big deal. So it's
Ty
gone
rolled a
to
6
Ty.
and Mike got a 5.
I think it's gone to Ty. I think Ty should take it.
Ty is taking it. You called that. But you just said you think that Mike isn't in a good position to use it, so shouldn't Ty give it away?
But
Ty has 3 command points currently.
I think if Mike took it, he'd charge.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that's a mistake.
Right.
So I think Ty taking it isn't bad for him because he's going to be able to screen a little bit better and create some blocks.
Mm-hmm.
He also is going to be able to continue this ongoing combat here in his favor. He just has to make sure in his turn he sets himself.
And we're into the hero phase now.
Yeah, he just has to make sure he sets himself up well enough. Also, FYI,
and the War Chanter is buffing up that unit of Ardboys. So many attacks, might as well give them all +1 to hit.
Yep.
Man, it's so hard not to just give a running commentary of this. We should give it away.
Yeah, I don't think he should, though, because if you actually look here, he's lightly defended this space.
Right.
So I think that would be quite interesting to go and put something up there.
The thing is, if Ty is able to clean all this mess up, he's putting himself in a really strong position. And it looks like Ty has tried to cast Mystic Shield on the Ardboys as well. And I don't know if it was successful, but that was what he was attempting.
Just to battle it out. Also,
instead of putting a Foot of Gork or the Realm spell.
Oh, very interesting.
The -2 bravery would be pretty impactful.
Make a big deal.
Yeah.
Make a big deal. I think that mess of greenskins that we can see there, if we can get it flipped over, please, Colin.
He rolled a 1 on his Iron Fist move, so he's not going to be able to move too much.
Yes. On which unit?
I'm not sure. Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Does you roll separately for each unit in the battalion? Looks like that's just for the pigs.
Oh, so they are going to crush those Ardboys.
Yeah,
so
those
the purple
pigs
Ardboys are the enemy in this situation there. So they're Mike's, and they are battling it out against all
of Mike's red
Ardboys. However, there are also some Gorgrunters in there, a War Chanter.
So do you think that the the Maw Crush is going to fly around here and try to charge on that flank?
Nah, I think the Maw Crush is in a really solid place because I think what he could do is he can be a counter charger and just charge. I think what he can do is he can charge in.
Right.
Like if we go back to the top down a minute, Colin, I know I just said to swap.
And
I'm sorry.
It looks like Ty is using that single roll for the Ard Fist for all of the units.
Okay, all right. Then I think what you're going to see here is, because this Maw Crusher still play pretty conservative,
Sure.
looking to fight, but this Maw Crusher set up to countercharge and then go forward. But those Brutes are pretty devastating. 10 Brutes is not nothing. I know this is just 2 units of 5,
Right.
And there's a third one up here, but they will kick out some
They duff
punch.
up.
Yeah, and the
So
Gorgrunt,
yelling from the table, something exciting must have happened.
so the Gorgrunters are not going to do the work that we hope that they
Oh,
would.
we got D6 mortal wounds on the Ard boys.
Whoa!
Ty, it's-
From Foot of Gork.
I assume it's Foot of Gork, unless it's the Fireball spell, which is a different realm.
So
So it looks like he did 4
4 mortal
mortals,
wounds.
and he did not hit the 4 up to continue stomping.
Oh my god! Have you ever had a unit of yours wiped out by Foot of Gork?
No.
It sucks.
Yeah, I
Because
bet.
your opponent's just like, every time they roll another 4 up, they get happier,
Yeah.
and you get more depressed.
Yeah.
It's just like a
I wish it-
sliding scale of
And
rage.
it no longer does what it used to do, where on a 1 you get to place it and roll if it keeps going, right?
No, none of that. It's
Yeah.
just 4 plus more mortal wounds, 4 plus more mortal wounds.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Sounds a little rough.
It is, but it's also really funny.
Sure.
Like, really, really funny. You can also do the same with the Great Hunger from the Butcher in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Gutbusters, which is also cool as well. Which is why I just
Deadly as ever.
AF, which is why, realistically, Ironjawz players are the most fun players to play.
Yep. Looks like Ty is using 2 command points here. I'm not sure if he got any back. Question is he going to be doing the move or a wah? I assume he'll at least wah once. He'll at least wah once.
So what? Ty has used it 1 CP to do a wah.
He's used 2 CPs. What I haven't been told is how he used them. If it was both on a wah or 1 move and 1 wah.
Okay, we'll find that out from the tabletop.
We will.
Yeah, and I agree.
I guess they were both for the wah.
Da wah. So there you go. So there's a
Nope,
bunch.
it was 1 wah and 1 Mighty Destroyer.
Okay, so Mighty Destroyer means the unit's going to move for free in the hero phase.
Yep.
Interested to see who's using it on. We'll
Yep.
find out who that's going to be on. And then the one, I probably wouldn't use it for just 1 set of extra attacks.
You probably wouldn't.
Nah, I'd wait. Like the way this works, or the way
Looks like he's moving. He's about to move his cabbage out of the position we talked about.
What the hell?
Yeah. It's like he's here to duff and stuff.
Yes, or he might just no. So he
I know
moved it.
I know we named that one Joe, and Ty has just moved Joe out of the position we thought it was in a good spot for. But has no one thought about naming it Hillary Duff or Duff Man
So he could
or the
have.
Pillsbury Duff Boy?
He could have also used the Maw Crusher to pile in an attack in the hero phase.
Oh, well
Yeah, Mighty Destroyers. Or
but it
he
wasn't.
could
It
have-
wasn't engaged.
No, but he could also have done it on another unit.
Understood. Well, he's over on the far left side of the table now. Well, so it's the far right the way we're looking at it, but it's a flipped camera. So it's on the table we've been looking at so far. It's the far right side. There we go. So it looks like he's going to be going into the unit of Ard Boys. Now, it also looks like he's probably going to be throwing those pigs. Yep. Those pigs are going to try for a charge there to try to take out the unit of Ard Boys. Mike could be in a lot of trouble here if Ty's charges go well.
I think he might try and pin him, but the Gorgrunters are not going to win that fight. Those Ard Boys versus those 6 Gorgrunters, it's eventually going to go the Ard Boys' way, in my opinion. Although it's 30 wounds with a 4-up save versus what is it? There was 20 in there.
Right.
Yeah, I still think that goes the Ard Boys' way over time.
Now, okay.
But like we've talked about in the chat, these units of brutes, they're the kind of like nuclear missile along with this. So these are the 3 big threats, creating the Trinity Force
Sure.
of raw power, and then they're just
Of
going to
wall power.
blur. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Is that
with that, though, he doesn't necessarily have a way to project power in terms of controlling the objective. So, however the Ard Boy fights end up going, that's going to be a really big deal in terms of claiming the objective for a knife to the heart.
Yes. Although
So the Ard Boys down here have saved on the shout attack.
Okay, so we're into the shooting phase for the Ironjawz on the right.
And then we're through it now, and now we've got Gorgonas making a charge. They rolled an 8. Now, how much do they need to move in order to get the piggy charge? Is it 8 or 9?
9.
9.
9 to get the piggy
Do they
charge.
get +1 because they're part of the battalion?
They do, but you have to declare from outside of 9 inches.
It doesn't say, it's not how far they move?
No.
Because you could move them 6 and then 3.
No.
Okay.
You have to declare them from outside of 9.
Understood. And the Maw Crusher made its 3-inch charge.
Okay, so he's in now. More Crushers can do some
In
smashing
there
and bashing.
like swimwear.
Not smashing and bashing,
no,
sorry.
he's going to have to
Crushing
kill a unit.
bulk.
Yeah.
Bump, and then he's going to go into them and give them
Ooh.
a shoeing. Is the correct term?
Looks like 3 mortal wounds go in, which will kill 2 of the hard boys.
Okay, that's cool. It's not bad.
Sorry, apostrophe ARD boys.
ARD boys. So the ARD boys are...
The apostrophe boys. The apostrophes.
So they are plus... so they're 2 wounds each. So there's a lot of wounds. A block of 20 is 40 wounds and a 4-up save.
That's a lot.
It's not...
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing. And then the pigs are 5 wounds. So with the brutes being 3.
Yep.
So there really is...
So pigs and brutes are the same number of
Yeah.
wounds per unit.
Normally, there's a lot of board control here, and I suppose it is.
Boar control?
Boar control.
Based on how many pigs they have?
We're not even bored of these jokes.
I feel like... Oh, and we've got a walk coming on here. Is he going to do it?
No, we have just seen, actually, interestingly...
There we
There is
go.
a war. There is a war. So that means we're going to see some combat. What do you think is going to be the result of the combat?
When I look at this, I think, it looks like we've got 7 damage coming in from the Maw Crusher so far onto that unit of Ard Boys. I expect we're going to see this Maw Crusher do a fair bit of damage to the unit of Ard Boys. And in addition, there should be some bravery debuffs coming from these 2 pieces of terrain here. Right. So after that, damage comes through here. Maybe the rest of these Ard Boys with the Wah and the remaining pigs coming in here. I really think this unit of Ard Boys should be pretty toasted.
So we have
Do you think that there's going to be any way that this unit of Ard Boys survives this round of combat?
No. I'm pretty certain they're toast,
Yeah.
as they say. And also, they're not near any characters. And while they're generally got good leadership, enough's going to die that the rest are going to run away.
And they're at -1, 2, possibly 3 bravery because every piece of terrain is sinister.
Wow, yeah. They're going to die and run.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
run
that
and die.
I've
Die
also
and
had some info from what is the top pairing currently.
Is it done?
It's already
Are they
done.
filling out their sheet?
They are already filling out their sheet. So effectively,
Good thing we didn't put them on stream. That'd be over so quick.
well, it would have been over so quick. So that's why we brought you a more exciting
Love you, Jake.
Ironjawz matchup.
And who was victorious?
Well, so Jake has stated that he's already worked. That both players have already worked out what they needed, what was needed to achieve. Bloody hell. A victory.
Okay.
And Jake only needed a minor victory to win the game.
To win the tournament?
To win the tournament. So he just castled on an objective with 0 intent of ever moving off his objective.
And did his opponent come at him?
And his opponent sent a Ghoul King on Terrorgeist at him to
Okay.
take out a flank. Then unfortunately the Ghoul King on Terrorgeist guy.
But only one Ghoul King on Terrorgeist.
Yeah, but they called it because there's like no way that... so he's already up on victory
So
points.
he took an intentional draw for success in a tournament.
No.
I'm sorry, an intentional minor victory.
Minor victory, yeah, for the
Right.
win. For the win. So that he took the victory there, which means he'll have won the tournament because of that.
I've seen people thrown out of tournaments for play like that.
No, it wasn't intentional. He was just not playing.
Right.
No,
Not engaging in the game in order to achieve success.
He was just sat on. No, what I mean is he just deployed on his objective without intending to ever go to his opponent's objective.
Right.
Because his opponent could never take. The Flesh Eater Court's army can't take. Maybe if it gets.
We just saw 12 damage from the giant fists of the Maw Crusher, killing 6 Ard Boys.
Wow, they are going to run
Joe is
away.
smashing them.
Yeah, but big congratulations to Jake LeCure there.
Yeah.
In securing that minor victory.
In liqueuring that minor victory.
In liqueuring a giant loss. The top table was FEC versus
Daughters of Cain.
Daughters of Cain just sat on the objective on Knife to the Heart that we've seen here. So I'll show you an example. They did this. Then Flesh Eater Courts also sat on theirs. And then Flesh Eater Courts sent a dragon to the far flank to try and start whittling down, making so they couldn't engage much. However, because they've got dumb abilities in the Daughters of Cain, it's piled in, attacked, the dragon went dead, and then there's zero way that he was going to move. So it's the end of the game.
I have thoughts. But it looks to me like we've got Mike choosing to pile in his Ard boys up here into the 2 units of Gorgruntas.
Okay, so the Gorgrunters, one of them is down to 1 wound, so it might well die. But that is still 10 wounds left in the other 2 piggies and 15 in the others.
Yep.
But they did charge, allowing them to bring more of them to bear, which I don't think I would have done.
That Gorgrunta's only taken 1 wound. That's wounds assigned. It's only 1 wound assigned to the Gorgrunta.
What the hell? Really?
Yeah.
Flip. Okay, so there's 29 wounds there. So the Ard boys are going to have to do some work to get through them. They've also got the brutes in the backfield. And while
They've got the brutes back in the
backfield,
Coming up
I
the
believe in the Ard boys holding that line. But if they don't, then those pigs, if they manage to get through and go around, which I doubt they will, unscathed.
And especially not this turn.
Yeah, they've got the charge on. So really, in Mike's turn,
he's going to have a really significant counterpunch.
He really, really is.
Losing this unit of Ard boys and then this one being whittled down by the pigs, presumably somewhat, could be could be pretty big.
A bit of Tom Layton there on the chat. This is very lovely of you. He says, oh no, wait, I thought he was doing a rate my setup, but he's not. He's painting Necrons. That's never mind. So sorry. I thought you were doing a hashtag paint, rate my paint.
And from the chat, it sounds like Ard boys are actually armed with pillows.
They can be. It's why the wire's so good on them, because like you give them, if you give them 8 pillows more than they originally had, then they're just, that's enough to start a pillow factory. And as we know, that's the means of production. As we know, that drives the power of the world.
Which we obviously need to be reclaiming.
We do need to be reclaiming. But long story short. They can do some damage, probably not into those grunters, but like we said, there were 9 from this small amount here of Ard boys. 9 saves were made on the Gorgrunters at the top, so they can kick it out. There's a lot here that can kick it out as well. I reckon we'll see a couple of Gorgrunters die.
I reckon so.
Yeah. It's going to be a pillow disaster.
Do you think that any of those pigs are going to be able to do much damage back into the Ard boys?
Yeah. Because they effectively have got brutes on top, kind of. Yeah.
Without the big chopper.
Yeah, so they got 7 attacks per model.
Right.
So you got 3 attacks doing 3s, Ren 1 damage.
Okay.
They got 4 attacks, 4s, 3s. However, on the charge, if they did make a big one, it'll be D3 damage, no rend, but unfortunately, not currently the case.
Looks like only 4 damage was dealt to the pigs on the bottom there. So it did not actually knock out a single pig. And from what I understand, the pig's profile does not degrade.
No. It's not like a monster. Do you say degrade?
Yeah, degrade. Like when that one's taken 4 wounds, it's just as strong as when it's at a full health.
You're right, yeah.
But what I have noticed is if the unit has taken, let's say, 11 wounds, the number of attacks is significantly lower. So it does sort of have a degrading profile.
It does.
In that there's only 1 model left if they've taken, say, 11 wounds. Quick maths.
Hashtag real maths. Exactly.
Hashtag WAMath.
Yeah. Just ignore that. So this unit of our boys are being punched here. Were being punched earlier as well. I reckon they're going to go. The big question, the big threats we've got left on the board, brutes, and this unit here. This unit of brutes.
They have to stay there.
They have to stay there.
Because if they don't, and Ty has 1 good roll on his great hand
of Gork,
yeah,
it's a win.
And it looks to me like we've just got 4 wounds assigned on the pigs up at the top as well. So their profile will not have degraded at all.
Why do you keep saying that? They're not monsters.
Because it's funny.
It's triggering me. That's not. They'll never degrade.
Unless they die, in which case the unit degrades.
They'll really degrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lee Bromley, hello. Also, everyone who's been watching, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've been enjoying it. It's been a pleasure to be here. Everyone at Nashcon has been a gentleman and a scholar. Mr. Jacob Berry, Colin, and John, who've been helping me with the stream, have been angels. So big shout out to those guys. So it's a team
I have
effort.
a reputation to uphold. You keep saying these nice things. If people think I'm competent or smart
or nice,
I might not be the badass that I am today.
P.S. Can I just say well? Thanks, Lee. Appreciate that.
And Ty is now piling in with his giant purple blob. It looks almost aubergine shaped at this point, like a purple
aubergine
throbbing mass that you could use on a grill like an eggplant or in any suggestive emojis that you could come and think of.
So So if you're interested, we have had the priority roll come up. So there'll be no scores on the board. It's just straight for the big
It's
W.
win or go home.
Yeah, it's all
And
about.
then actually everyone goes home anyway because it's game 5.
I mean everyone goes. I don't think anyone lives in this room, but I will check.
It's pretty nice.
It's very nice. I mean,
It's
it's a huge room.
Shitty American hotel carpet.
I mean, we don't have carpets in the UK hotels. Just bare
No, that's
wooden
just like
floors covered in straw.
The things that make the floor soft on your feet is the fungus, or what? The fungus among us?
Thank you,
Sorry,
everyone.
wrong destruction faction.
Thank you, everyone, offering me a place to stay post-Brexit. Unfortunately, I won't be able to leave because I already have a gang I'm planning to lead in the uprising and gang war that we'll be experiencing.
It looks like we've got only 6 remaining Ard boys here.
So they're going to battle shock off.
They're going to battle shock.
They're going
right
to battle
off.
shock the fuck away, which an Ard boy running is like quite unheard of in the narrative.
Right.
Because they'll like fight to the last.
Okay, sure, but in the game, it's well heard of.
Yeah, it's well heard
Well
of.
documented.
It's it happens quite
Right.
often. That's a fair point, and I couldn't agree with you more.
And so it looks like so they were taking 9 saves right there, and the last guy with the shield saved 3 of those before going down.
Okay, yeah. So you got a bunch of shields you can take in the unit. They can
Yeah.
just keep making after damage
Right,
saves.
the 6-up DPR.
Yeah.
I know things.
Yeah, you do know things. You do know things. So they're going to be.
So there are 5 remaining Ard boys now.
Yeah, they're going to run the hell away. Although I think there's still more attacks to happen.
Run for the hills.
Run for the hills.
Run for your life. Run to the hills.
Run to the hills.
I can't hit that next note.
I don't want to.
Run for your life.
Yeah, your voice has held up quite well 2 days of streaming.
Yeah, well, I'm not shouting across the table at my opponent. I'm just trying to project enough for the mic that I'm literally touching with my lips sensually.
Hello, welcome to the ASMR stream of... I hope you guys have enjoyed the sound. I don't want to be a bit of a dick about it, but no one's given me a compliment yet about how crystal clear the sound is with very little background noise, but it's pretty nice. Just hashtag...
Not to flatulate my own trumpet here, but
yeah.
The sound is good.
Yeah. Please notice me, senpai. I want someone to notice that I work really
Notice
hard.
me.
Yeah.
So it looks like the remaining 5 Ard boys are going to activate to try to get their fight in.
The remaining 5 Ard boys.
The 5 Ard boys that are still on the table before they run away. The red uns. And I think they probably are going to run away faster because they're the red ones.
Yeah. Not only will they run, they'll run like the clappers. They'll run like
What
Red
does that
Rocket.
mean?
The clappers?
Yeah.
It's kind of an English term for horse racing.
Oh, gotcha. Clappers in the U.S. are it's like women in the 1920s.
Yeah, that's different. That's a different term, and you
It's
know
the
it.
same thing.
Jacob Barry, you fucking know it. It's a different term. And I'm glad you guys. I'm at least glad someone has noticed the sound. Thank you so much. I didn't have to bring it up very much. It's like, hey, have you noticed my new hair?
And it looks like...
Hey, have you noticed my new haircut? That's how I feel about the sound right now.
Right,
Like,
right.
Hey, have you noticed this?
No, you keep wearing a hat. And our commentary is shit, so the sound doesn't really matter. Looks like that war chanter just died, by the way. They were able to duff up Dubbigan.
They
Yeah.
duffed him up before they died.
Yep. Before running away, they're like, we're taking one last guy with us.
Do we think the war chanter going is a big deal? Like, it puts one to hit on the Maw Crushers a bit. It is really, really
It's
nice.
significant.
Yeah. I'd say the biggest thing that happened in this game so far, apart from this charge and then the clearing up of it, will be the fact that Ty wasted a bunch of CP in the first turn.
Yeah, he did spend a lot of them, and it didn't seem to
That's
make a ton
real.
of
That's
sense.
real. That's real tough.
Grummelzag is saying it's flappers, not clappers. No, flappers are people who have gonorrhea. Okay. That's the flap. If you've caught the flap, that's gonorrhea.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Run to the hills.
Run from these jokes.
So, next up, we are...
Tell me what you want, Rob. What you really, really want.
I want these Ironjawz players to move their models.
It looks like Ty's going to be piling in with his Gorgruntas up at the top.
So wait, we're swinging up here?
Agreed.
Okay.
I'm not sure which one, but It's the center Gorgruntas. It's the ones a little closer to the objective.
They're happening. They're going to go in.
They know what's up.
So what's interesting is Mike has lost. Ty has lost a War Chanter and a couple of other bodies, but Mike has lost that whole big block of Ard boys, which is I would probably have sat on this back objective because that's going to be tough to shift. But unfortunately, he's using them to hold up. So now, are you going to see some big CPY usage from Mike? I reckon that's going to be the case.
He's got to swing for the fences here. And so we're going to see these brutes coming in, as well as this Maw Crusher.
It's going to happen.
This is a 1-inch gap here, or something got nudged in a funny way.
Yeah, I mean,
I expect we're going to see some big Wa action from at least 2 units of brutes and the Maw Crusher, if not from these brutes just to protect himself. Now, what you could see, what I think would be a better play, would be for these Ard boys to retreat onto the objective.
Okay.
I assume they're allowed to. I assume it's not in the rules, just in the minds and hearts of Ironjawz players to never retreat.
Never. You're getting it.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Never, ever ask questions. Just do. Ironjawz 2019.
You heard it here first, folks.
Just do it.
Just take it. Crush it. Do it.
Move it on. I'm Ironjawz, and I'm playing my game. They're the best players. Them and Gits players are hilarious.
What about Corn players?
Corn players are fine. They just say the word bloodthirster.
Shout out to my buddy Pano.
They all just go do this.
My best friend. No, that's Daughter of Cain saying Mind Razor. Mind Razor.
No, they don't do it like that. They do it like this. Oh, hello, sir. I don't think you understand how I've already beaten you before you've arrived at the table. Mind Razor.
Wait, have you played Tom Lyons also? Shout out to Tom Lyons. Love that guy.
Giannis, I think Giannis is watching. If you are, big shout out. Love you.
Oh, the Giannis.
Yeah. Let us know where in the world you're watching from as we see this Southern American tournament.
No, not Southern American. We're not Southern American. That's like Guatemala.
Wargaming of the South?
That's Central America.
South gaming?
Gaming in the South.
Yes. Let us know where you're watching from. So Snoop Dill is in Chicago.
Oh, so the other unit of Gore Grunters are
so they're back
now?
in the 1950s.
I guess the Choppa's whiffed up here. I wasn't listening. I was trying to figure out
someone is watching from Georgia.
Oh, Eastern Europe, huh?
I got to sing a song now. DC, home of Adepticon.
JD Esquire.
Yeah, 80
That's my boy.
Sheffield. Fantastic guy. Mantiboa, Canada Bay. Canada baby.
Oh, and it looks like Mike just made 3 6s for his Nashcon dice for the saves. So sounds like David ordered those from ChessX and probably microwaved them at just the right temperature.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. You either do it with the Team England dice or you don't do it at all.
Nope.
Who? What?
What? Huh?
No,
they didn't. They didn't need the dice. They used the rules they wrote.
That's just the.
But not Darren. That's my boy. No. We got Battle Shot going here. This will be big.
Big shout out to Dudley, Dallas, Oath Lake, New Jersey.
Rolling a Rodland dice this time from Mike.
Nikos, Woolerton, what up, buddy? Can't wait to see you again. Colorado, Yopperland, England.
He rolls a 6.
Who rolled a 6?
Rolled a 6 on the Rodland
Mike.
dice. Mike did for his Battle Shock.
Mike took a Roblin dice and rolled a Battle Shock.
And hit a 6. So you fucked him. You fucked him
no,
good.
because they only roll 6s.
Teacher Rex coming at us from Nashville, Tennessee. How about that? Teacher Rex, just, I don't know, around, I guess.
Hey,
why didn't you come play, Teacher Rex?
Yeah, what are you doing in Nashville?
You made that sound
That's
like...
my American accent. You don't like it in Nashville?
That was the best thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
Hey, do you want to, later on after we finish doing streaming of Nashcon 2019, you want to head on down to the bayou?
There's no bayous remotely
no, we're going to go to the bayou. Let me tell you.
Stick to what makes sense. Making like sister wife jokes.
Oh my God!
Just keep saying Roll Tide. As long as you're down here, just keep saying Roll Tide.
We have to be careful. We want to get food. We will have to avoid that church crowd. It is Sunday, and there is a queue out the door at Baskin and Robbins.
We'll never say Q. You were so close, but you gave yourself away.
Oh my God! Big shout out to my guys watching in New Jersey. Soulbind is watching in New Jersey.
Oh, buddy from New Jersey.
Yeah, it's fun. Right, so we're into the next turn.
Teacher Rex said he was here yesterday and came by, but he couldn't play.
Mr. Lee says, please stop. Okay. I don't know. Is it just me, or do you think people don't appreciate my accents on the street?
No, I thought your accent was terrific. Should I do a British one now?
Yeah, please do.
Chip chop, cheerio. So right now we expect to see the priority roll. It will be Mike's second turn, and he's got several CP to use here. So he's going to have to mount a pretty potent counter charge. Now let me ask you a question, Rob.
Please do.
How British am I?
You are so British.
No, but Rob, how British?
You're as British as the Queen's left eye.
And it turns out Mike is casting Hand of Gork, and he is on +1 because he's on Arcane Terrain. He rolled a 7, which he needed. So Ty is going to have to roll pretty high in order to unbind that spell.
High.
But Rob, let me ask you a more off-topic question.
Please do.
Off of our other topic.
Oh, here we go.
And here
Hand of
here
Gork.
comes the cabbage.
Oh.
Dropping down.
Oh dear. He seems to have inadvertently moved a giant cabbage towards another cabbage. Now, as you'll know, cabbage was scarce in England for over 40 years.
Yeah, that's why you all had scurvy, right?
During the Blitz. However, fuck you, Jacob
We lived
Berry.
in the tubes for 12 days. We had breadcrumbs and crusts. There we go.
There
That's
we go.
what we expected.
So we have got the Joe and Jacob match off versus. It's
I'm gonna put my money. I'm gonna put my money on
the
Jacob.
jungle. Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Joe, but I think Jacob's gonna win. Just like all of our tongue-punching wrestling maneuvers. We got Grease in the house.
Yeah, that's right. That'd be Giannis. Gorgeous man. Great guy. That's what the Honest Wargamer does. He's connecting all the different parts of the wargaming community together in a conglomerate where we then seize the means of plastic production and party until the end of time.
Thanks to the Rage of Sigmar podcast network for sponsoring the Honest Wargamer. All right, so we're going to see a fight here between these two Maw Crushers. And because Mike has more CPs, I expect his Maw Crusher to win, which is why Jacob is going to be victorious over Joe. Those are the names of the Maw Crushers. And
Those are the names of the Maw Crushers.
They're gonna slap their tongues together and see who comes out.
Jacob's
with
green.
Spit in his mouth.
Jacob's green and Joey's yellow. And Jacob's got the charge with +3 CP. So he could potentially war with a ton more extra attacks.
And he's going to be using those extra fists to really just pound it into Joe. Also in the game.
Bad influence. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
But you know what? It looks like Joe isn't even bothered by it. Look, he's not even
So
facing.
I'm going to find out what's happening at the tabletop.
He's not
and
even
I'm gonna
facing the
quickly
map.
let my boss jump in here.
Oh no. Here comes Joe Pagano to the
Greetings,
stream.
everyone on the stream. How's everyone doing today?
So what we got right now
Let's
is
see.
so Mike has 0 CP. He just spent all his CP on the Wah, and he teleported his Maw Crusher over here to charge this Maw Crusher.
I'm the yellow Maw Crusher.
You are. That's Joe.
Yeah, that's the nicely painted one, though.
And this is Jacob. They're both nicely painted.
No, I think the yellow one's nicer. It
Just
looks
'cause
like
it
it's
has
at
your
least
name.
Third best. Third
Useless.
best.
All right.
All right, yo. So Joe's all like, "Yo, bro, why don't you fucking come at me, bro? I'll fucking stick my tail up your rectum and shit."
And
Get your
Jacob's
ass
like,
wrecked."
listen, I got so many more attacks from my fist. I'm going to shove my fist so far up your ass, I'm going to be able to play your tonsils like a violin, bitch.
"Yo, that's kind of cool because I'm into that sort of thing, bro. It's 2019. Everyone can love anyone the way they want."
So you want us to make out instead? They can't see us. Don't kiss me.
Oh, they can't. That's good. Oh man.
All right, so this fight is gonna be going on pretty soon. I think we're still
Earthquake!
the-
Earthquake!
It's now Mike's movement phase. He's going to be moving I believe his brutes are going to be coming in. The Maw Crusher won't be able to move because it was just teleported, but we should see these brutes coming in to charge the the pigs. And the question is, what's going to happen with these brutes here, and what is this unit of Ardboy going to do up there?
I don't know.
What do you think? What would you do, Joe, if you're in Mike's shoes here,
I was-
going into the scoring turn?
So this is Mike's stuff up. I wasn't paying attention to the game beforehand, but like maybe he can move something here and something here.
It looks like the Scream mask upside down.
Awesome. No, I just want Ty to win because he's my boy. I'm sorry for everyone on the stream who's looking for something good, but I don't know why Rob made me do this.
Then why'd you sit down?
He told me to.
No, you were like inching over to us.
All right. So you explain to me what's going on because I wasn't paying attention. So we got this is
we-
Mike's stuff here.
So Mike's unit is this one here. It's fighting with
Yeah.
2 units of pigs. This is Mike's brutes,
That's
and Mike's brutes.
And these are Ty's.
And it looks like he's wawing.
That's Ty's.
Everything
guys
else
there.
here is Ty.
That's
so
all Ty.
Ty's pigs are here and here in the red, let's say.
I don't know.
Oh, Maw Crusher rolled an 8. He had +1 on the charge. He rolled a 7, which gave him an 8 with the +1, so he fails because he needed a 9. I wonder. Oh, and he's out of CPs, so he won't be able to re-roll it. If he rolled a 7 and was +1 on the charge, he shouldn't have got in. But maybe it was +2 because there's 2 battalions. Hard to say. So Jacob and Joe are about to go at it real hardcore, and then maybe we'll find out what happened between those 2 Maw Crushers.
Yeah. Very interesting about how this
Yeah, he
is
was
gonna
at
go
+2,
down.
I'm
this
sorry.
is probably the most exciting point of the whole entire tournament is these 2 contrasting color Maw Crushers named Jacob and Joe, respectively, for the 2
Just
best
fisting the
podcasters
shit
in
out
the
of
world.
each other.
Just gonna wear each other like Muppets. The green one's gonna be Kermit, more like Cramit. You know what I'm saying? Poor Joe. Rest in peace.
What do you think? More like cram. By the end, he's gonna make Joe his little Swedish chef.
Yeah, hoity-toity. What's really interesting about this game?
And the brutes have made their charge in here.
Oh wow! Look
Into
at
those
that.
pigs.
You're really John Maddening the shit out of this.
Oh yeah, that's football.
Yeah, football. Let's see if the other brutes make it.
All right, I don't know what they needed. Probably needed a 6 or a 7.
Porky John asked, "Is the scenario prone to producing minor wins?" I would say yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we saw on the top table just now, the person who was ahead. Oh, looks like this set of brutes rolled a 4, so they're not getting in.
Wow, sucks to suck.
On the top table, the player who was in the lead decided to just take a minor win, castled up, and never engaged.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to take the tournament.
Take the tournament because of that. Yep.
Wow, that sounds fun.
All right, so we've got the first activation. I believe it's going to be the Maw Crusher. So all of Jacob's attacks are coming into the Maw Crusher. He's ignoring those pigs outright. All right, so Jacob is here. He's going to be trying to fist up into the rectum region.
Of Joe, but Joe's like, oh, like, yo. You know what I mean? Like, eat it.
Now, what do you think you would say once you found out that Jacob beats Joe so bad he just completely wrecked him?
Damn near killed him.
5 wounds so far on Joe.
Oh, that's not enough.
No, it's not. I think he has 14 wounds.
I just played Ironjawz in my last game.
How did it go?
It was good. I left the objective open as bait, and then I screamed everything off the table. Literally did it. I just
Hashtag tactics.
killed everybody with screams.
I know bait. That's bait. Oh, so it looks like Mike is probably trying to use this here to try to get this kill to then activate the Smashin' and Bashin' chain. When you kill a unit with Ironjawz, you get to activate another one of your units to fight again immediately afterwards.
Oh, that's really interesting.
You sound bored as fuck.
I'm not bored. I was being serious. I've never. I mean, the dude I played didn't actually get any charges off on me in our game.
Also, because of the wall, it looks like this Maw Crusher is on +6 attacks right now. Jacob is on +6 attacks. He's done fisting, but he's got some other attacks coming in.
I would say he's coming at him like a whirling dervish, all fist and elbows. You'll be yelling, no, stop. And all that Maw Crusher's going to hear is, who wants cake? And all they want is cake.
So Jacob here, the Maw Crusher that is charged, is going to be just on top of Joe, pounding him. He's hit him with all 10 of his fisting attacks. And Joe's going to look up at him and shout, please stop. And Jacob's going to look down and say, wah.
That's a good Watchmen reference.
Watchmen.
Watchmen.
So Ty's looking at making 7 saves at Ren 2. Pretty unlikely that he saves all of them. 5 have gone through, which is going to be 15 damage. That is Joe dead.
Rest in peace, Joe. Sucks to suck.
Wait, he's not activating the ability. I think he's overusing that
Mike's
skill set.
yelling wah on top of his lungs.
Yep.
That is a dead cabbage.
That's football.
Malacree. What a dead cabbage.
It is quite the dead cabbage. All right, so next up, because of Smashing and Bashing, he's going to be able to activate another unit. I assume he's either going to activate the unit of Ard Boys up here or this unit of Brutes down here to fight the pigs. What do you think you would activate? Oh, he's activating the Ard Boys. Doesn't matter what you think, Joe. So these Ard Boys are going to be able to fight both sets of pigs up here that Ty has.
Yeah, and Ard Boys charge, or this is a grind?
No, the answer has changed. Playing takesy backsies over here. These Brutes are going to attack the pigs, which I think is the right call. Those Brutes are going to be better at fighting than the Ard Boys up top are going to be.
Wow, takesy backsies, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'd love to play takesy
Only
backsies.
on a stream, just taking shit back.
Yep.
Usually we just don't even let people deploy their whole army.
Well, if they didn't deploy it, they didn't want to win.
Yeah. Didn't that guy just win the tournament?
I think so.
Man, wow. What a time to be alive in the Warhammer universe,
what's
guys.
the opposite of sucks to suck? Must be nice to be nice.
No,
Rocks to rock.
I don't know. Rules to rules, dude.
Rules to rule.
Rules to rules.
All right, so we've got attacks coming in from Mike. From the Brutes onto the pigs. Looks like
This looks like it's a little bit of police brutality. Funny.
He's coming in here to beat up on Ty like that.
Malacree are asking which units are in WA range. I could ask our table boss.
Yeah, let's find out from the table boss which units are in the range for the WA. Now, the WA was emanating from here, I believe. So it's a 15-inch range. I don't know if it has to be wholly within or not. So it's potentially that these Brutes got into range. It's possible that these Ard Boys were in range. Those are the only units that are fighting currently, aside from the Maw Crusher that's already fought. Kicks to kick. I'm not sure that works. So only the Maw Crusher was in range for the WA.
Okay.
So nobody else is getting any bonus
Does
attacks.
it need to be holy?
I don't think it's wholly within. It is just within 15. But I'm being told they've measured, and it was incredibly close. It was a bee's dick away from being in range.
Pocky John's asking for a recap.
Hashtag recap. So up until this point, Ty has been playing pretty defensive. He charged early with this unit of Gorgruntas, and in his second turn charged here this big unit of Ard Boys. Meanwhile, we've seen some teleporting. There was this Maw Crusher teleported in, and then we had a big unit of 20 Ard Boys teleported and charged. Turn 1 was here, and turn 2 was there. So currently, it looks like Ty is really grinding down Mike's forces, but Mike is charging him and making it happen faster. So all it's going to take now is either a good cast from Ty to put a unit back here to claim this objective and win the game, or he can just slowly move across the board and take off the rest of Mike's toys.
So it looks like Ty might be able to take this.
It looks like Ty's in a pretty good spot, but in losing his Maw Crusher, this is really going to threaten here. That Maw Crusher could do a ton, or it could be of little to no help.
And since I recently just showed up, are we in the top or bottom of turn?
This is bottom of turn 2.
So the roll-off is going to mean a lot.
The roll-off is not going to actually mean anything because you establish control for objectives at the end of the turn. The way it's worded for Knife to the Heart is immediately starting in the third round.
No, but it
if
does
you
matter
control both objectives, you win the game.
All right, if Mike gets to activate all of this fun stuff into Ty's fun stuff over here, it's going to feel really like this. He's going to feel real sad, you know? He's not going to feel any of this, but he's going to feel more like this, you know what I mean? Like he's going to feel more like, I'm sad, my life is bad.
Is this your first time playing with a touchscreen?
Yeah, it's the best.
No, you're right. So really, either player could take the game if they took priority and are able to wipe off enough of the other person's models. I think what Ty is going to be trying to do is he's going to be trying to teleport this unit if he gets priority, teleport it up here either in a line like this outside of 9 or possibly out here. They get a lot of bonuses to charge, and if he can charge in and wrap around enough models, he'll just outnumber Mike and win.
Yeah, and then you go like this, and you go like this, and you got a cute little doggy.
Rob, I want you back so badly.
All right, Rob Symes is coming back to the stream. I want to say goodbye to everybody. All right. Hi, I'm Rob from the Honest Wargamer.
I'm Rob.
Hello,
I'm Rob.
All right, everybody, listen to Rage of Sigmar. Love you guys.
Hello, I'm Rob. Welcome back to Nashcon.
Hello, my name's Rob. Welcome. Welcome. How's it gone?
You were watching the same game? Oh,
I
well,
did
with
not.
me, I was very distracted.
Okay.
Joe kept drawing happy faces and puppy dogs.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys. Boo! You had a boo in the chat. At least one boo. That doesn't teach it.
I do love Eddie Mac. He's not afraid to say what he thinks.
No, not at all. So, I'm glad lovely Joe Pagano was here. So on the tabletop, we heard. I know that unit is activating up there, and
Yep,
also
and
I
it's
missed.
killed one.
I missed the Smash Fest of the.
Yeah, Jacob just pounded Joe.
He did.
Absolutely pounded him,
Yeah.
fisted him to death. In fact,
10
and then
mighty
and then the
fists.
Maw Crushers fought.
Yeah, 10 mighty fists. So it just means now that realistically this objective is under threat. There's a big Maw Crusher.
Big
but
time.
we're going into a priority roll for turn 3.
It's going to be really huge. I also expect if Ty can win it, his goal is going to be to teleport over, outnumber on bodies, and win the game.
Yes. Oh wait, Eddie Mac was booing table 1.
Oh yeah,
He liked you. He liked you guys. That's good. He
We
would
like-
like
we
you
like
guys.
him. He's a
a
babe.
great guy.
Now, what do you think Mike does? What do you think Mike does if he wins priority?
Pardon me?
What do you think Mike does if he wins priority? I think he comes in to fight with everything he has to bear and tries to take this objective. I think that's dumb, but that's what the Ironjawz player would do.
I think that's done, but that's how we do it. I would say, oh fuck, I don't know, because I don't think he's going to clear this turn, but I
No.
think he should try. I think he should leave that unit there in case he tries to teleport something out.
Agreed.
And then I think he should grind it out over 2 turns. The only reason
Now-
the only reason I'm trying to see something different
Yes.
is just because I want it to be done faster than that.
Sure. Well, right. Now, he's not going to be able to outnumber these brutes without killing them. But
But he is going to do that. Because
Oh, he
it's only turn 3. These brutes are going to come through eventually. Yeah, even if these brutes lose enough that they're not going to make it. Like there's no Maw Crusher now, and the Ard Boys are not going to do enough damage out. So realistically, the only and how many pigs did we lose up here? 2 or all of them? I
it
think
looks like
in
we
that-
got 15 attacks coming into the Gorgruntas from the Ard Boys up top. I'm not sure which set of Ard Boys. It looks like it's going at the bottom unit of pigs.
Yeah, I think he needs to win priority. If he doesn't win priority,
I
then
think if Ty wins priority, he can fuck these pigs off, and I'm not sure how many of these brutes are in range of
there'll
that
be 5.
objective.
Because it's an unwounded unit, so there'll be 5 there.
If he's positioned them correctly, I can't tell the scale. Is what I'm
That's
saying.
a great question. We can't measure that because obviously
No.
that will impact the game, which is a good argument for those terrain mats that we might get made. But currently,
Yep.
it's 6 inches.
Oh,
on
and it
this
does look
objective.
like he did lose one of those pigs, which is going to make it harder for him to just fuck off and steal the objective. Do you not like when I say fuck off?
I don't mind it at all. I do not mind
this
it at all.
this just in from Scrivo John, or Rob. He says, "Fuck off." Jump into the chat if you think Rob should fuck off. I think you should say, "I love him." I've been told to fuck off Speckles. I would not tell Speckles to fuck off. I like Speckles,
Yeah.
although I would fuck off or on most of his subjects. Let me just say,
No more of this. I disagree. Right.
I'm a very hard boy right now. Let me
oh
tell
my
you.
God.
Those are my thoughts. It's
Th-
you don't
those
have
are my thoughts.
you don't have to agree with them.
That's my thoughts. This has been an interesting weekend. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, good to remember that if Mike wins priority, he can activate his cabbage in the hero phase.
He can potentially pile in. He's not going to get the bonuses. Like the sheer volume of output. He only used the mighty fists on the Maw Crusher to kill the other Maw Crusher. He didn't even
Right.
use it. Like
He
the
forgot the
axes.
tail and the
Yeah,
axe.
he just didn't do it yet because
Right.
he didn't need to. But
Ooh.
now he's kind of he might be able to.
Hot take, K Dread says, "Fuck Rob." I would,
I really like K-Dread.
although I don't know if he would tongue
They
punch my
plays
fart
Wanderers,
box.
and most of his army's
Oh,
gone
what
now.
a winner.
So, suck you, fuck you. I would say that the Maw Crusher could potentially charge in there, activate with the CP and attack. That's a good idea. Just doing some more clearing.
Are those your thoughts?
Those are my connotations.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Now we've actually forgotten what the
Oh, we
schemes,
forgot the hootenannies.
the hootenannies. Now Mike's okay. Oh, true. So the Maw Crusher did kill a hero, so it's going to get an extra set of attacks on that weapon.
An extra set-
But it wasn't the guy on top. It was with the fist. So does he get the extra attack? Because it was a mount, it doesn't apply. It doesn't get the extra attack. But Mike's scheme was to kill Joe.
Whoa.
So
okay,
he just
so that
scored.
Maw Crusher.
He scored his secondary, and Ty's scheme was to keep more than half of his army alive. The number of units.
Holy bananas.
I think that's pretty tough.
To quote a crazy, crazy man. I would. I don't think it's going to work out for him. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to work out for Ty getting a secondary?
No.
Interesting. If Ty wins and doesn't get a secondary, I don't know what the difference in points was between these two, but he would score 15 if he got a major win, or if it came down to kill points and he got a minor win.
I think he's going to get the major win from this.
You think Ty will? Especially
yeah.
if he wins priority. But that means, and Mike got his secondary, so it's going to be a really tight race for who gets best destruction.
I think Mike's going to get
You think Mike's going to win?
Yeah, Mike's going to win.
Unless Ty wins priority and gets a good teleport.
No.
You don't think that'll be enough? Because he can end it. Game over.
Yeah, I suppose that's on the cards as well. But what unit can he teleport with?
He can teleport this giant unit of Ard boys.
No, it has to be outside of
3 of enemy models.
And it is?
It completely is. It's not engaged with anything anymore. So if
but then he also has to hold his own objective?
No, well, he already controls his objective. You establish control at the end of the turn. So he controls it, sends them over here. Or if they make, a long charge and then wrap some guys around, give them the old reach around.
Oh, man, that is risky. So
it's
what?
Cunning.
So it's
all or nothing.
So it's one... okay, one teleport, and then it's a win. That's very interesting. On the priority roll for Ty, though.
Yeah.
For Mike... he can just consolidate. I don't know why he hasn't screened a little bit more powerfully here. Realistically, he's got a good screen there.
Because #Ironjawz are not into tactics.
That is true. I mean, I'm very proud. Can I just say that I'm super proud of Mike for even leaving a unit on the objective.
On-ish the objective.
Yeah, near-ish the objective.
Objective adjacent.
I would say that that's...
Oh, and it looks like this might be his shaman.
Yes.
I can't quite tell. Okay. So that means this area is sort of screened. So the big unit would have to go in there, but that means they could make this charge and not even engage the brutes and just have a mass of bodies there and outnumber.
Yeah.
Plus, they do get bonuses to charge.
They do. Our boys are particularly good at that. Especially, they're naturally +2. They got
+2 from the 2 attacks, so they'll be at +4.
And also, if you take cogs, you can have our boys at +6 to charge.
Outstanding. Almost as good as eels.
I mean, arguably, you don't see ever the +6 to charge eels anymore. You only see a +3 to charge eels.
It's being difficult.
No, but you're right. Same as the old Gav bomb where you spend 2 command points. So same thing.
Which is still a thing.
But it works on the
points.
rest of the army as well. So while the rest of the army gets +2.
Not the east of the army, just the west of the army.
The west, the rest, and all of the best.
Baby.
Oh, baby, I know what I want. Ironjawz.
Hit him in the comp. All right, we got some battle shot coming in here.
Oh, dear. So this unit of our boys are going to take a battle shot test.
I believe so. I don't know how many models they lost. So it depends on how many models they lost for us to be an interesting question or not. It looks like they might not actually be. Neither player is looking to lose models. Looks like they're rolling for initiative here.
Here we go.
The priority roll.
Ty and Mike.
Here
very
we go.
Excited.
Section. Ty rolled a 6.
I think
Ty's going to take it.
Ty got it, and Ty's going to take it.
This is where Ty swings
Hashtag,
for
is he
the
going to
fences.
teleport? Is he going to teleport? Is he going to teleport? That's the question.
If he can...
Hearts racing, minds racing.
Knees weak, palms are sweaty.
Yeah, if we can make our hearts not race, actually. Just minds racing,
Puke
hearts
on his armor.
pretty calm.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, so ready. Big spaghetti.
Ty is on 2 CP.
So we're going to see what he's going to do here. Yeah, it's going to be very tense. He's going to do some measuring. It's going to be...
He's got his 9-inch measure
What do you
out.
guys think he's going to do?
He's
do you think he's going to
looking
teleport?
to
It looks like
teleport.
he's going to do the teleport, which if he doesn't, by the way, get this, those brutes are going to come, just swing through and win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an all or nothing move.
It's
well,
big.
actually, not necessarily
go.
because...
Oh, here we go. This is a casting roll.
He's rolled a...
He's cast it.
He's rolled
He's
a
cast
7.
it.
Plus 2 is a 9.
He's cast it. He's cast the mighty hand of Gork.
The
Here we go.
big, great, huge hand of Gork.
That's right. Here we go.
Oh, someone called the Wambulance for Rob's
So
heart.
the Ard boys are off. I think it's the Ard boys that we're going to see go down. Here we go.
Yep,
we
he's
got
measuring
the sticks.
out his
The
9
teleport
inch
is off.
sticks.
It is so serious now. This is the crunch moment.
This is the pivot point of the game.
There's the weird knob shaming there, so he hasn't got a lot of space that he's got to string out.
He's got a good amount. I mean,
he's got some range here as well that he could put it in. So they're just measuring whether or not.
No, because this is still.
Can we just get can we get a pan up a tiny bit, please, Colin? Old CC, Colin, the cameraman. CTC.
Yeah.
Yeah, CTC command base. It's just measuring.
Enhance. 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 Can you guys hear that in the chat? Tell me if you could hear me tapping on the mic there. Looks like there's plenty of space up there for that whole unit to get put in.
Okay, so and what is very interesting actually about that, with that plus to charge, there they are. Thank you very much, John. As you can see, John, they're rocking that khaki short combo.
Wow, look at how fast he can run with those shoes.
He's so quick.
Those shoes are so hot.
They are fire, you could say.
Oh, God, I'm good.
So he's going to teleport across, and then he's going to drop those R boys. If he gets the charge
off. How
off,
many are left in that unit? Do we know?
How many are left in that unit?
I don't think they've lost many.
Hey, would you look at that, John? Tell me how many are left in that unit that's teleporting.
Look at it.
And then all he's got to do is charge, come across, win the game.
Yes. He has to make the charge.
Make the charge, and he'll need a 9-inch charge with +4 to charge.
Correct.
+4 to charge.
There's no way for him to re-roll that or buff it any further.
9.
No, you said 5.
Yeah, that's correct. That is quality
American hotel carpet.
Yeah, that looks excellent. It's Bill, did you win your final game? We found out that Bill from our stream yesterday.
Yeah.
Gorgeous man. It does slam poetry. It went 4-1 with his first shoot.
He extended his aura across the table and burned his enemy from the inside.
And he beat a shootcast army. And you didn't get to interview him yesterday because for some reason we said we asked him and we just didn't do an interview.
Correct. I was tired. Like an egg, I had been scrambled. Shout out to Chris Cousins if he's watching on the stream.
Big love to Bill. Where can we find Bill if we want to follow him on Twitter? Yeah. He's not on Twitter. Oh, wow.
You can
Never
find
mind.
Bill on Instagram.
Bill Sweden on Instagram.
That's BILLFINLAND.
He's very happy going 4-1.
Happy to have gone 4-1. Yeah, no, he did a great job. He played a great game against Lanesh, and it wasn't his fault that he lost. No, tired is not American food. I wasn't even that drunk. I wanted to get drunk, and no one wanted to go out with me.
I'm so sorry.
This is why I can't really be an announcer. I need to just play and get super drunk in-game because I can't really get drunk while commentating on stream.
No, but you'd be a stunning person to watch play games because we would strap a GoPro to you.
Well, I'll tell you what would be really blindingly great about it is the shine off of my bald ass head.
So here we go. This is for best destruction. He's put his whole body...
Oh, is he? I wonder what he's going to be able to move with the Iron Fist movement.
Oh my God! Rolls. Is he going to roll a d6? Here we go. So he's teleported.
They've now agreed this is going to define the game.
Duh. Oh, we haven't seen it on camera. He's
runs
rolled
3 on the battalion.
So now he's 3 closer. So he's 6 away from the enemy, and he's got +2, +4 to charge.
So he cannot fail. So I think Ty just won the game.
I think that just clinched
unless he's a dumb fuck and he charges. Unless he charges into the brutes.
Yeah, no. What I want him to just charge here into the weird knob, and at no point ever try and go near the objective. A classic Ironjawz move. They're like, "Fuck you, Magic Man." Yeah,
that guy's weird.
That guy's weird, and you're gonna die.
Have you guys seen his dick? He's got a weird knob.
He's going down. I'm gonna punch him straight in the face.
He's got one of them dick knuckles.
Oh no. No one wants those.
Would you look at that?
Would you
got one of them dick knuckles.
Oh,
it's a weird knob right there.
You've killed Scrivo. You've killed him. So here we go.
Does he have a dick knuckle?
He does. These puns are horrific. Now, obviously, there's the rest of his turn to do. Like, he probably should do some other movement just in case.
No, he rolls to see what happens and we're done, right?
Yeah,
he wins and we go home. Or, he is. Look at that.
Well, I mean, that's just his hero phase. He still has his movement phase to do.
Well, he gets to do all the other things in the Iron Fist to move 3.
Yeah. Yeah, so he just needs to put some bodies around that board.
So right now, Ty has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units remaining, and his scheme was to keep 50% of his army alive.
Well, this isn't...
and the Fungoid Cave Shaman is somewhere in here.
Yeah.
And he's got the Madcap, so 7. But if he's able to claim this and the game ends, he will then have achieved his secondary as well by keeping enough alive.
So he's just done a 16-inch charge.
He rolled a 16-inch charge.
A 16-inch charge. That's right. You
on
heard that
two
here.
dice with the. Is that with the Ard boys?
So it'll be a double 6 charge.
So this
plus
game is
4.
over.
It's
I think they've just shaken hands. He's going to move the stuff in as a formality and call it a day.
This is a calm formality here.
They didn't shake hands. He handed him a tape measure.
Oh, there you go.
Now, is he going to be a dumb fuck?
I mean, you could go into the brutes. It's not going to make any difference. The brutes aren't going to kill
Assuming
enough
he
for it to be an
removes
issue.
models from the back.
Yeah,
We've seen on streams them play.
We've seen people do other things, which is not the right. But he is not. He is just making sure he gets enough bodies there to hold the objective. Take and hold. There you go. That is.
Oh, is that 3 inches? Is it going to be 3 inches?
Yeah, he's got enough bodies within 3 inches. I just put
Oh,
that.
he's even measuring it.
There you go. Which is very
I
on
appreciate-
Ironjawz like.
I appreciate that Ty is paying attention enough to know what 3 inches is. I can eyeball 3 inches any day of the week, so it's twice my dick length. But
Malakri, I agree with him. What Ironjawz player would pass down the extra combat phase. The game isn't over till the end of the game, which would just be more smashing and bashing and just more murdering on the tabletop. So super close.
But really, what's
It's
most
over.
important
It's the friends we made
is
along the way.
winning at all costs. Not combat, not duffing, not fighting, not war, not friendship. We've
Sitting on the objective.
we've got a big man hug. It was probably 600 pounds of hug right there. For our listeners and watchers back home, that's something in the range of 300,
We might be able to get a
just
camera
under,
shot on those guys talking to each other.
280
potentially.
kilos worth of hug.
They are. Look at those two gorgeous men. Look at that. Powerhouses of power. In the back, there's a man wearing
What
a
a
plain
bod.
and
Look
slaying
at that
t-shirt.
bod.
There you go. Oh, you see the camera. He's off. He's like, fuck that. There you go. They've had a chat, and then they've just asked each other, do you want to play again? But this time, I'll shout war, and you shout war too.
Deal.
Yeah, absolute deal.
That's why they show up.
So there you go. GG. Thank you very much, Colin the cameraman. You can come back to
Gristlegore?
us. It's definitely the game. It's
That
all
is
over.
absolutely the
It's
game.
absolutely
And that
the
is
game.
the tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, you guys have been wonderful.
I have. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Rob. This is Jacob.
My name's
Welcome
Rob.
to the show.
I'm Rob.
Yeah.
Rob from the Honest Wargamer.
Yeah. So by they do look like Ironjawz players. That's correct. There is not hand dryers here, JJ. There is only paper towels, which is better.
Paper towers.
Yeah, paper towels. Listen, it's been an amazing weekend of coverage that we've been able to bring you. Thank you very much to the organisers of Nashcon, so to David for putting this up. It means a lot. Thank you to Jacob Berry for putting the Honest Wargamer crew up at his house.
Thank you to me.
Thank you for doing the coverage as well.
Absolutely, it's been a blast.
Also, you've been amazing. Thank you to Colin for doing the button pushing. Done a great job.
Absolutely, and that's our entire crew. Everyone who's contributed.
everyone that matters.
There's nobody of note left in the crew.
Also, a big shout out to Scrivo this week, who's been doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Heart-stoppingly
Heart-stoppingly helpful. Yeah. Interesting to see Ironjawz actually win that game, because that was Ironjawz versus Ironjawz. Scrivo, get out the
Were
shot.
you expecting
Get out
them
the
not
shot.
to?
We're trying to make it look professional. Yeah, come on, John. You
Get
can
up in
see-
here.
There he is.
Get up in
There he
here,
is.
Johnny.
But it's just gonna. That's John.
Oh,
There you
look
go.
who it is. The man who's never seen on camera.
Yeah, there's too many
The
colours
man,
on this shot.
the myth, the legend, because no one's ever seen him.
And that's right. It was
Jonathan
a
Scrivo.
good call on that last game, right? Real fun.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Good.
Especially because they actually engaged and played each other.
Yes. Right. So if you guys want to check out at Nagash of Sigmar, if you want to find out more I'll put that in the show notes.
Nash of Sigmar.
Nash of Sigmar. If you want to find out about Nashcon 2020 next year, big shout out to you guys. Thank you to everyone who's supported us and been able to help
for
us
tuning
create
in.
such great coverage. So Patreon, Twitch, all you guys, you're
Real
wicked.
heroes.
Yeah. If you've been liking it, let people know, share, subscribe, all that jazz, all that rubbish.
And make sure you listen to the entire host of Rage of Sigmar podcast network shows. That's the Rage of Sigmar, Honest Wargamer, and Dwellers Below. We're also currently in talks with Black Sun, but I can't find any contact info there because I think they don't make a show anymore.
Anyway, you guys have been brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's like a media blackout.
Goodbye, but not forever.